How's it going, Radical viewers, and welcome back to another Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition session of Grim Rules with the Odysseys of Theros 3rd session. Also, so sorry we haven't actually had, like, any D&D stuff for a while. Turns out just about every group, well, Memorial Day being a thing, and yeah, just holidays. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and join the Discord, because we're all here and waiting on me now.
I am supposed to be a quarter German, and I'm supposed to be descended from the Cromwells from England.
Woo!
There's a callback name
Wow.
from fucking Halloween movies.
There you go.
Never got any
Jesus.
royalties for that.
I mean, I'm like part Italian, part German, and then the rest of me is mutt. And I got like maybe an 18th of Blackfoot Indian.
I'm sorry. Oh no, you said Indian. Okay. I heard 1/18th Bigfoot, and I'm like, wait, what?
No, Blackfoot. Blackfoot.
1/18th Bigfoot. Oh,
1/18th Bigfoot, got it.
I am tall.
This is
and
canon now.
I have big feet, so
Yeah, she is.
yep. I mean, those that know me know I have a big foot, so
Yeah, she
And
does.
the
I mean, yeah, it's canon.
And what about the other one?
You didn't have Chinese foot folding on one foot, did you?
Wow. I mean, if
No,
you're Bigfoot,
no.
the other one is what?
I limp.
Regular?
No. It's a little foot. No. No, they're both big. I wear like a size 12 wide in women's shoes, so
How does
They
that
don't
translate
really
to
make
men's
that.
shoes?
Google.
it's about
That's
a
a good
size
point.
11.
Oh, we're same size.
What
So-
size am I?
I'm about to say, I feel weird now because I now have the feet size of 2 other people in this chat.
Ah,
Also,
Let's
do I sound like a
ignore
kitty
foot size.
now?
Damn.
Yep, you do.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure that actually was working.
No. Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
is.
I'm going to give everyone another 2 minutes to review notes before I do my battery of questions. And then I'm gonna get my popsicle.
Y'all take notes.
good. I need to get
Yeah, I take
into
notes.
palaces.
I
I don't take
Well,
take note of objectives.
notes.
Not,
I don't have
not of
notes.
things that happen.
I don't take notes because I don't have hardly
What do
any
you mean you
time.
don't take notes about what happened? That's kind of what the point of notes are for.
Well,
I mean, depends.
Yeah.
for
I
me,
know.
it's really character dependent. Like, would the character remember what I would just remember off the top of my head, or would they actually, like,
Well, I mean,
No
it's
more.
not just about remembering what you know. Like, he said that his notes are just mission objectives, which at that point it just becomes a quest list, not a notes
Right.
list.
For me, it's about reminding myself what Gilliman knows, because when we have such a long time in between, I find some notes are like a refresher for what Gilliman does know and what he doesn't know, and yada yada yada.
Yeah, when I say objectives, I don't mean like campaign objectives. I mean like Nico's objectives and things he wants to do and doesn't want to do. Like my character specific.
For example,
I don't remember.
right,
I mean,
right
all I know is
now
I
in
have to
the,
go find a temple in the woods.
For
Is it a
example,
cabin
right
in the
now,
woods?
Nico knows that the first thing he has to do in the morning is find his pants before everybody else finds him.
Before somebody specific finds him.
all I know is I have daddy issues.
Okay, I know what's gonna be Blue's question. Blue, who's your uncle?
Nico. My uncle is Nico. Uncle Burb. Burb Uncle Nico.
Good.
I mean, technically you don't know it yet, I guess.
Not yet. How long are you going to keep that hidden is the question.
That I'm his uncle? I need to know how dangerous he is first.
Well, I mean,
I-
actually, technically, would it be uncle in this case? Like,
I had
hold
to-
on.
Political
Yeah.
uncle, I guess.
I had the strangest dream last night. I was playing catch with Nico. It was so odd.
I had a dream where I ate the face of the boar, and my father shone upon me in happiness and pride.
And then the
Oh, you do have
oracle
that
came
issue.
out with lemonade. It was strange.
See, I
And
was hoping that you were just going to cut off at "and my father," because I had a dream I was eating a boar and my father.
That is a possibility.
If you eat the god, you get his powers.
I don't know
That
how it
is an
works.
interesting interpretation. Please keep Palace away from Linus, I guess.
Dear God, this isn't Palace.
Yeah, don't give me
Wow.
ideas.
I'm having trouble getting into Palace's mind space right now. I'm a little out of it.
I believe in you. It's okay.
You're
We
angry
do
and
this.
you like yelling at people that you see as inadequate.
Do you really see Palace as angry?
No, I'm just seeing him as a drill sergeant. That's just what they do.
I am a naive.
Yeah, we do
I
this.
am naive and young
Once-
and
I'm hungry.
That's the whole character arc. I'm hungry.
At the end of the story, he is full.
And for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, to me, everything is Chinese food.
Oh
well.
God.
All right. Okay.
Hey,
we
I
are-
made my own Chinese food.
Oh,
You know what? You know something that happened here, where I live, well, in my country, they found out in a Chinese restaurant they had, how can I
Cats?
say this? Unusual meats in the freezer. So, yeah, people are not buying Chinese food for some reason now.
I mean,
Meow.
So
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, they're just cats.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's normal when you joke about it, but when you find it, it's a bit disturbing.
Dude, that's the
Yeah,
thing,
that's-
though. No one's actually joking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
mean, I
was.
think. Look,
No.
there's a Chinese shop down the street from a vet, and you don't think
Oh.
about it.
Let me put this.
And then
Uh,
right across the street from that is a taxidermist. It's great. It's like it goes in one shop, gets transferred to the next,
Yeah.
and then it goes into the final one.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fucked up because I
Fish.
actually have a Chinese place in my town right across from a taxidermy shop. I'm never looking at the same again.
Sponsored by PETA or something.
But yeah, now you do mention it, no.
Oh, that mind fucks me so
Sponsored
bad.
by PETA.
Also,
All right,
their food is always better than the other place.
Huh.
It's pressure.
Fresh cat, $2.
Too stringy for my taste.
While we consider the benefits and cons to such a scenario, let me say, welcome back, everyone. I know we're doing this once a month. I'm glad you all are still here. I'm sorry that it's once a month. Hopefully that'll change in the near future as things begin to die down at work.
Hopefully.
Are we all here?
We are indeed all here. I know that my co-host Eclipse usually appears. However, she's not feeling well this evening, so she has turned in for the night, and I will be running it without her.
Oh, I thought this
Ah,
number of tokens looked weird to me.
Well, hopefully you get better,
Yeah.
Eclipse. I know you're not watching this because Grim hasn't done his intro yet.
No, I did my intro.
Oh, right. You just pre-record it and insert it at the beginning of each one.
Yeah.
now.
Mort,
I mean,
actually.
that would be smarter, yes, and clever, but due to the bandwidth I currently have even my sat internet, and the fact that just makes the file size massive whenever I even touch it for editing, no, I literally just muted myself, did my intro, and jumped back into the Discord call.
I would editing in about 5 seconds of footage caused.
I have no
questions for
idea.
later.
It's been confounding me ever since I first noticed it did that.
It's probably a memory leak where you have an endless repetition of certain events that just goes on, and then it takes up more and more memory.
Have you ever
Sounds
heard
like
about
my
the
mother.
definition of insanity?
There you go.
Anyway, back to the story.
Yes.
Alright, you got me as soon as I took a big bite of popsicle. Back to
Yes.
the story. Right. Last time we were all here, you guys had traversed away from your conquering of a wild boar ravaging the countryside, divinely called. You had arrived at the Oracle's temple, found it raided, found it under a sail by the Order of Sidon with their Cerulean Knights, and a sea hag in the basement. You fought your way through. You rescued Versailles, the Oracle, after some trial and tribulation, and were welcomed for the evening into her good grace. Some
Some
you
of us
a bit
were more welcomed than others.
Yes, getting to that.
I have table
Um,
manners, fuck you.
Some graces went further. There's an you guys were all after rescuing her given your first full reading of the Oracle's prophecy, where it outlaid the expected labors for you guys to go under. Can anybody recall, this is, I think, relatively easy, but I could be mistaken because of how long it's been, how many labors was listed in the prophecy?
I've got 3 so far.
Right?
3. Well, I've got the forge, claim weapons, and drink deep from the dragon horn. That's what I was able to jot down really quick.
Yeah, from the main prophecies out of those 3.
Yeah.
Then we have other ones.
No, Blue has the right of it. So of the main prophecy, there are 3 labors listed out. Blue listed a concise form of it. It is claim, forge, and drink.
Are we certain this isn't just the method to join a sorority or something?
I didn't recall hazing as part of the prophecy, but sure.
I mean, you guys, I feel like a sea hag attacking you with a rug is kind of hazing.
Yeah, that's very true.
I did stop a boar in its tracks as it charged at me in a ballsy maneuver that just paid out, thank God.
And as you guys mentioned, beyond simply receiving the full prophecy, you guys were each given a bit of Versailles time. She had something to share with each of you, a hint to what may lay in your own future, or a direction given to you for where you may go next. Over the course of that, or for ease of this, rather than asking a bunch of questions here, I'm going to go down the list and see if anybody can name something particular about their reading, even if it's something that Versailles was acting like, or something she said, or just an idea your character had. Blue, beginning with you, do you recall anything from Robotman's moment with Versailles?
Boy, howdy do I. Found out that I am not, in fact, the distant relative of Dragonborns. Quite the opposite, in fact. I am the grandson of Sidone.
That would be correct. Please take a point of inspiration, if you don't already have one.
Awesome. Boink.
Moving on from the new happy grandson, we're going to move on to Nico. Nico, do you remember anything?
I don't know. My family's dead, except for one that she didn't tell me where he or she is. What else? I need to find my armor. I need to find my crown, and then something happened that I expect Blue doesn't find out yet.
We all know what happened.
I don't know shit.
But before any of that, you need to find your pants.
I had to ask the group what that comment about holding your breath was about.
Why do we have to...
Let's take a point of inspiration, please.
Oh, and Blue, I don't know if you noticed, I don't wear pants, I wear a skirt. I'm Greek.
Ooh.
You know, easy access.
Exactly.
There you go.
God.
I'll have to look.
Don't look it up more.
Is that actually how it worked?
It's actually pretty damn close how it works.
Grim, do you recall anything from Leonus's moment with Versailles?
I have daddy issues, and my daddy issues are my daddy's a fucking alcoholic.
Oh.
That's fair. Please take one of inspiration.
Well, so if you expected like a long poetic spiel,
no.
Hi, I'm a 7 foot tall, very dumb lion man that eats faces. No, there's no poetry here.
Good point of inspiration if you don't already have one. And Gwen, if do you recall anything about Gaia's moment with Versailles?
She had told her that there were 3 different possibilities. She saw 3 different paths.
Just me?
No, it's not just you.
Would it be better if you just wrote it down?
Outcomes for her future,
You-
but yet, what? Huh? I'm sorry. My audio.
We notice.
It was doing well earlier, but I see that it is dipping now. But I did catch the majority of that, I believe.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm getting about every other word.
Yeah, sitting at 5,000.
Yeesh.
Goodness.
Let me see.
So shall we turn this into a play-by-post game?
I don't have a way I can adjust this at all.
Well, while you
I would
tinker
hate to
with
have to do
that,
But it's
yeah.
working.
While you tinker with that, please take a point of inspiration, if you don't already have one, and I'll give more an opportunity to say if you remember anything from palaces.
I'm going to have to venture to the old woods to get what I want, and the woman that, or at least I'm assuming it's a woman, that has what I want isn't going to give it willingly. So, I'm gonna be mugging an old lady in the woods.
As you do.
Take a point of inspiration. And finally, Angela, for Orina, do you recall anything from your moment with Versailles?
Honestly, I don't, because I've been so busy with school and everything. My mind just shut out. I don't even remember everything.
No
I remember
worries.
We were in the cave. We fought off the sea hags. Somebody got attacked by a rogue. We each got the first 3 parts, and I forgot what my specific part was.
No worries. I believe, and anybody's welcome to correct me here, that you were given an indication of needing to speak with.
I remember the guy that was friends with the Dragon Lords.
Correct.
Is that
Damon.
you're to go to the necropolis?
Oh,
Yeah, the Necropolis.
yeah,
Yes.
the Necropolis. That's right. The Necropolis and the wizard. Was he the wizard's apprentice of the Dragon Lords, or was he the wizard?
Was the wizard companion of the Dragon Lords. He himself
That's
was not a Dragon Lord.
Damon, right?
Yep, Damon. You are correct.
Wait, I need to speak with. That's his name, Damon?
You need to speak with Damon at the Necropolis at Tillamook.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to find a grave.
Yeah.
Oh, good to know. I need to go to the Necropolis, I think, to find the grave of. Well, was it Sander? I don't remember. Oh, cool.
How
Nice,
hard
nice.
can that be to find a grave in a place called the Necropolis?
I mean, a specific grave?
Yes.
Needle in a haystack.
I mean, for all you know, it could be like a library. Just look at the indexing numbers.
I don't know. Finding the grave of the leader of the Dragon Lord shouldn't be that hard.
Fortunately, this is post-Dewey Decimal System.
All right. I think that's a pretty decent recap. Following your guys' night at the Oracle's Temple, the morning saw you fit and fiddle. You guys had a long discussion among yourselves, including Versailles, where you guys proposed which way you wanted to go, where to proceed, as it seemed like you guys were being pulled in 4 different directions, or at least some of you were personally being pulled in one way or another. However, ultimately, it came up that your best course of action together was to move on to the city of Astoria, establish some foundation there, and then proceed to wherever becomes the next priority. Over the course of this conversation, you guys spoke with Versailles, Robuto in particular, being insistent that she travels with you all and moves to the city of Astoria out of safety. It took a bit of convincing, but she did eventually relent. Her attendants will also be joining her for this matter, because once she leaves the temple, there is no point in keeping it running. Over the course of the discussion, Kyra was in particular a voice of action and encouragement for you guys to find the most exciting opportunity and to proceed, while Proteus, the right hand of Versailles, attendant to the oracle, offered caution. It is during this that he offered a single trinket, an item of just a memento, a lucky thing. That being a burnished Dragonlord coin. I believe, and somebody feel free to correct me wrong if they would be the ones to want to claim it, but I believe he may have passed it, or he would have passed it to Robuto.
Yeah, sure, I can take it. In my notes, I said I received a silver locket from...
Yes, you did. This is me glossing over the morning, since we had out of character discussed where you guys wanted to go next.
Sure, I will honor the coin and keep it safe.
Excellent. Let's see. Okay. So, yes, Kitty. Thank you for your assistance. Sorry, Eclipse is here in spirit, apparently.
There you go.
Good kitty.
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
As you all begin to gather your supplies, ready yourselves for the day's journey ahead of you, as you know that the city of Astoria is at least a few days of travel away. And traveling with a person of import requires you keeping your wits about you, especially being under attack as you have been prior. As you guys begin to move out, Kyra speaks up with one last suggestion, so to speak. Now that you guys are... sorry, let me get her voice here as best I can. Now that you guys are a fellowship, there is one tiny problem, though. The tricky thing about fame, and let's be honest here, I think you're all in league for fame in time, is that if you're not careful, one of you may outshine the others. Then all the stories will be about the one hero, how strong and valiant they are, and all the rest of you will be yesterday's news. So, I wanted to encourage you to swear an oath of fellowship. It's a sacred oath that will bind you together in the spirit of solidarity. When one of you wins fame, all of you will share it. And who knows, perhaps the magic of the oath will protect you against even some of the dangers that lie ahead.
A fine idea. I, Robot Gilliman, will swear this oath if all the others agree to it.
But an oath of fellowship where we share the glory is all well and good. However, well, would this mean that you're pushing us to make a name for our group? Someone had to ask.
No, I haven't thought about it.
Not in so many words. I mean, you could always name yourself later on, or let the people name you in time. I simply wanted to make a bond, a bond of a true bond, some sort of link between you all. As oaths, varied and powerful that they are, can be used in such ways.
Just know if we name ourselves the Cat's Meow, I eat them first.
We'll get back to that.
But I also would have to ask one more thing, in that if we swear an oath of fellowship and the glory is shared, does that mean that our own individual names won't really show up in the histories, as it were?
I mean, to answer that question with another, does anyone remember the names of the Dragon Lords? While it's true, it may take a scholar or two to name them all, I assure you, your deeds, individual and together, would go down in history, I'm sure.
What about the bad things? If some of us do something bad, will it reflect on the others?
It most certainly would.
You expecting to do something of ill repute, Nico? I jest, of course.
I mean, it's early still, but who knows?
It may reflect on the others, but I mean, that's true for anybody that keeps untoward company. Not that I expect any of you to be that way.
I'm okay with it.
I am fine.
Then, in that case, the oath is as follows. I am your name, and I swear upon my life and my honor that I will uphold the oath of fellowship with the warriors who stand at my side.
I, your name, do hereby... Sorry. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
No, I know.
How about say, I was expecting me to do that, honestly.
I thought about it.
Reboot Gilliman, do hereby swear upon my life and honor to uphold this fellowship. And what was the last bit again, Hyloch?
Thank you.
There we go. I, Reboot Gilliman, I swear upon my life and honor that I will uphold the oath of the fellowship with the warriors who stand at my side.
Nico will repeat the same oath, but different name.
No. This is part of the character. You have to.
Mad.
Do
Mad
it.
rats.
Do I have to say the full name?
You have to say the name you use. You do not have to list out the 13 names that may be in your name or may not be. So
Hey,
whatever
Nico,
name you go
Gilliman.
by presently.
Oh. Use the name that the Oracle calls you in bed.
Do you really want to know?
No.
Okay. I am Nicholas, and I swear upon my life and my honor that I will uphold the oath of fellowship with the warriors who stand by my side. Yeah.
Leonis.
I, Leonis, swear upon my life and my honor that I will uphold the oath of fellowship with the warriors who stand at my side, and that I will resist every urge to eat them should they fall in battle.
I am actually glad you had that one, the last part.
I also appreciate that.
I thought it would make you all more comfortable with me.
It does. It really does.
Not more comfortable,
No.
maybe slightly less uncomfortable.
It doesn't.
An unexpected addition. Gaia.
I will type it out just to spare everybody the connection issue.
Seems
Fair
fine now.
enough. I appreciate it. Yeah, strange how it comes in and out.
Yeah, that's kind of the way
Wait,
with
try
the
to say
internet.
something important, so it messed it up again.
No, not necessarily.
In that case, thank you. Paula.
But in my, well, you know what I'm, or actually, wait, who's speaking, Kyra, or is this Versi?
This is Kaido, the poet that has been
Okay.
traveling with you all.
And totally not a god.
No.
That would be
Right.
foolish.
While I certainly swear to uphold those who stand at my side, I'm afraid that I can't afford to just be part of a whole in this case. The name of Pallas Lycos needs to spread.
Ooh, a dissenter. Interesting.
Seeming disappointed in the choice.
Don't oath block us, bro.
Kyra does not press the issue and turns to Oriana with a bit of hope. Orina, sorry.
I, Arena, swear upon my life and my honor that I will uphold the oath of the fellowship with the warriors who stand at my side.
As the final oath, it seems like, sings into the air, Kyra claps her hands happily and offers quickly a bottle of wine, or opens a bottle of wine and offers a drink to any who would share it.
Hell yeah. I need to read.
Pallas, I assume.
Not Pallas.
Rabote will respectfully pass on the wine.
Totally understandable.
I will drink it. I need some fluid.
Leonis will literally wait until no one else takes it, then he's gonna just chug the rest of it.
Chug, 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 chug. So while we are preparing to go, I do have a bit of important mention that I feel like should be noted for the journey. Rob will be leading and escorting the prisoners from the back. He is going to have each of the surviving Cerulean Knights bound at the ankle and at the wrist with rope, along with a rope winding around their arms, bounding them tightly to their chests. And that rope will extend between each of them. There will be a rope. Part of the rope will be extending from one chest to the next person's back, as well as tied at the ankles, just to keep them as what's the word I'm looking for here? As restricted as possible as to what they are able to do.
I feel like somebody's been on the bad side of the internet recently.
Yeah, he's going to keep them as restricted as possible so that they are marching in a front line, nothing more and nothing less than that.
Understood. Thank you for the clarification.
Yep.
Chain gang.
Yep.
Yes.
As it were.
Oh, okay. So as you guys are, odd entourage that you are, a chain gang in front, a group of heroes behind, and then behind them, the Oracle and all her remaining attendants, traversing out into the wilderness that it lays between you and Astoria.
While traveling, would I be able to get a word in with Orena?
You gotta get that Vistani draw in there. Orina.
Orena.
Yeah, there you go. I don't see why not. If anybody, I don't think anybody would be particularly opposed to it, but if somebody is, speak now or forever hold your peace, I suppose.
Meow.
No, mice for light. I'm kidding.
Proceed, Palace.
In that case, while Rob is looking over the line of prisoners, well, certainly that rumor we heard Gaia speak of, where he might have dealt in some illicit activities, seems to uphold at least the theory of slavery, perhaps.
Ooh.
That is a joke, of course. I'm certain that, well, from traveling with all of you, he seems like an upstanding individual. Though I can't help but wonder at you, Orena. What is an Amazon doing all the way away from her island, traveling the mainland?
Let's just say it is a family issue that I have to deal with.
Alice will stop for a moment. Well, two birds of a feather. Aha. Pardon. Perhaps the wrong analogy to use here. And he'll glance at your wings.
You have
So-
you have a family issue to deal with.
Indeed. I hope you'll forgive my earlier display, but that's one reason I can't accept the oath, as it were. You see, the more people that know the name Pallas Lycos, or at least Lycos, the more people that might be able to find or recognize them as well.
Just don't give us a reason to not trust you. I'm pretty sure if you do, I would have to fight Leonis to tear you apart.
It would be a short fight. Meow.
He'll just show a small smile at that. Well, I believe I can handle myself better than you seem to think. He'll offer a little wink, but let me assure you, all of you, have nothing to worry about from me. At least, well, so long as I'm with you, that is.
Very well.
Now, let us be on, Miss Assassin.
Enough with the dour moods, friends. We travel to Astoria, and I'm certain my brother, the head of Gilliman Family Mines, will give us a warm welcome once we deliver these rapscallions to the proper authorities for effective questioning. I tell you, it will be good to see my brother again, and good to be home once more. It has been far too long.
Must be nice to be meeting family that you actually care for.
It is.
You have family, Leonius.
Must be nice to have family.
You're independent, as it were, Gaia?
Level 7.
I've never met my parents.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Maybe we should move on and avoid the awkward topic.
Yeah.
If it's any
Maybe we should move on and
consolation.
avoid the D100.
Maybe family is not the best topic for this group.
The dreaded D100.
You say that, but we might meet mine.
Mm.
Wait, we don't know about your daddy, right?
Not to my knowledge, I
Out of
didn't tell you.
No, he didn't tell us.
Well,
Out of
I was gonna
character,
say.
though, I think family is the big topic for this group.
you think?
Yeah.
Quite. In fact, I look forward to seeing my brother Horace again. Strangely enough, he took upon my mother's maiden name rather than the family name of Gilliman, but Horace Lupercal does indeed have its own ring to it. As trustworthy a man as I have ever known. I'm sure that he has I'm sure that he has led the Gilliman family mines in much success.
I expect horrible things.
Yeah, that doesn't give you confidence.
Dear God.
It's weird playing a D&D party that...
Something tells me it's like, something doesn't wash right there. That's too much.
Is it weird
bragging.
we're playing a D&D party that aren't all completely fucking orphans, and we're all dreading meeting our parents?
It's like the opposite of D&D, almost, or
Yeah,
most D&D
A little
groups.
bit. A little bit.
Pretty much.
Your path continues northwest of the Temple of the Oracle, winding through the mountainous area that seems to close in on you, even as you journey forward on worn paths and untrodden soil here and there. you're mostly relying on Versailles' own intuition, own knowledge of the area, and somewhat foresight to know the correct direction for Astoria and the cardinal directions, as in these mountainous areas, it's easy to lose landmarks and the like. Thankfully, though, despite the difficulty of the terrain, the first day of travel passes without too much issue. Though it's true, some of the Cerulean Knights get a bit twitchy and try to test their bonds a little. It is the guiding eye of Rubult Gilliman who seems to have taken a special care in ensuring their inability to leave that prevents any sort of impromptu escapes. I suppose it would also help that, being painfully outnumbered that they are, it's not in their favor to leave in this land.
If Leonius actually notices that, he's going to very sternly remind them that he can outrun them.
It is taken with more than just a drop of sweat. As the evening begins to settle in, a day's journey already behind you and your path still in front of you, you guys each bed down for the night, doing, I assume, rotations and the like. There is an unexpected calmness to the air. Perhaps it's the large amount of company you keep, positive company, or simply the following grace that an oracle exudes. But there is sorry, my words are, I try to use big words, but sometimes I just lose track of them, I suppose.
Just remember, the bigger the word, the less likely we'll know what it means when you speak with great erudition and promiscuity.
That is fair.
Promiscuous?
That happened the other day.
I heard promiscuity, and the only thing my brain relates that to is promiscuousness. And I'm like, well, wait, it's nighttime. Where's Nico and the Oracle?
Hey, you're watching the prisoners. Keep going. Don't look for me.
It is during a moment of calm in the night. Dawn is not too far gone, and Gaia is on watch as you all continue your long rest. When, well, there's suddenly a voice. A woman's voice, emanating from darkness around you, touching each and every ear present, or at least those that matter.
Wow.
So, your great quest begins. Off to become heroes, are you? Mortals are so very proud. The light shines in the dark, illuminating the sad and pathetic figure of an old man who has been hogtied to a stake. Look at this one. He's falling to pieces. Joints stiff, skin slack, teeth gone. The life is practically dripping out of him. Inky shadows fall across the old man. He flinches and squirms, panicking as something draws closer. Something that you cannot see. Yes, his sad mortal life is leaking away, but I wonder, what will happen to his soul? The old man thrashes against his restraints, screaming into his gag as a butcher's knife descends. There's a calmness, a heartbeat, and the voice returns for just a moment more. Oh, and champion, thanks for the boar. I appreciated it. And in a moment's pause, each of you awaken from a nightmare unexpected. touching upon each of you in the dead of night in a unnatural way.
Even on those who are awake, you see this, right?
Yes, that is true. It is much like a trance.
Okay, perfect.
God, it's a waking nightmare.
Yes.
Everybody's awake?
At this point, dawn has been approaching for the last few minutes. Yes, this nightmare seems to have been timed quite well with the morning. Everyone except for the Cerulean Knights and a few of the Versailles attendants are awake.
I said to everybody, I usually don't bother people with something as silly as a dream, but when you don't sleep, a dream is something to worry about. So I had a dream last night, very weird. And who do we offer that boar again to?
We offered it to the god of war. No, Python.
Pythor was the one that Leonius.
Pythor. Sorry, yeah.
We did, right? So no old creepy man. We did not offer to any old creepy man, right?
I believe the old man was merely an example. If they're having the same vision that I think I did.
Indeed. 'Twas the inky blackness that killed the old man who was tied up that we should be fearing. Who is this champion that they were referring to? Why would they thank us for the boar?
Us?
Specifically, when they mentioned champion, it was a taunt towards us. I don't know about any of you, but this is, just a little insane, as it were.
Indeed. Although no one said that this journey of ours would be an easy one. I'm sure we'll be facing many more hardships. It is for us to stand against this, stand against the tides that bind us, and triumph over whatever evil and whatever form it may come in.
Actually, Hyloch, did I actually have the vision?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the vision was given to every hero present.
Do not forget that the gods love to play jokes on us mortals. And
believe me, I'm painfully aware of that.
As the senses seem to come back to you all. As the senses seem to come back to you all, I would now give this opportunity for any sort of religion checks if anybody feels as though they would have a better chance of, a series of religion checks. In case anybody is unsure of who the voice is.
I feel Nico knows shit about religion for reasons.
We all have been exposed to something like this before to have an idea of, or the ability to roll for it.
Yeah.
There has been no prior encounter like this. However, I think the reputation precedes the person.
Interesting.
I see this as nothing more than the trickery of Lutheria, the Lady of Dreams. Her and Sidon appear to stand against us, or at least his followers do. And 'twould make sense that his sister, Lutheria, would also try to impede us in any way, shape, or form that she is able. Be it sowing doubt in our dreams, or sowing chaos amongst our ranks.
I don't think it was that. Pardon, Rob, but to sow discontent to divide and conquer is a time-tested military strategy. But for all intents and purposes, that vision, if its intent was as such, I think it would have shed more doubt on each other. If anything, this was merely a power play, I would say. It would be as a large group of individuals charging a larger force when the larger force is less aware.
This is true, and good of you to recognize such. My military knowledge is lacking.
I think you're selling yourself short. Still, I'm not used to having gods in my dreams, titans. sooner we get this over with, the better.
Then with great haste must we make to Astoria, and from there we shall divine our next move.
Yes, Astoria.
Uneasy. You all prepare for your morning's travel, putting aside thoughts and memories of the nightmare that still lingers for some. Now, prepared, the captives awoken, your guests awoken. You all begin the second league of your journey, forever forward, northwest. In this moment, as you guys are considering the travels through this hill and mountainous terrain, I'm going to ask for Palace to roll me a d20, please.
Yay! Time for the guy who loves to kill the party to roll.
Well, Hyloch, did he kill us?
Please say yes.
Well, I did say this was
Yes.
a mountainous terrain. Rocks fall, everybody dies. Kidding.
Yay!
Aw.
Everyone dies.
Well,
yeah.
that was a good session, everybody.
I'll see you all next time when hopefully Hyloch will have a new adventure for us.
It's at that point all the ninjas stand up from the table, just staring at Onyx, who all decide never to let him DM
Yeah.
again.
With his horseshoe.
Everyone
I mean,
pulls a horseshoe.
With a 14,
Exactly.
I'm going to ask Leonis to roll me a d100 as well.
Okay, this is interesting. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh boy, I'm gonna roll a D100. Nothing bad can happen to this. I rolled an 8.
Oh boy.
Cthulhu,
Wow.
That's good. That's actually really good in Call of Cthulhu.
Well, thank you for killing us.
You're welcome. Next week is ninjas.
Yep.
Let me set us up here.
Oh boy.
Either Hyloch is changing the encounter, or...
Oh,
level
we're
are
about
we,
to
by the way?
die.
Oh, we're level 4, right?
3.
3, sorry. Yeah, okay.
We're level 3.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I
like
wrestled
if
a
I was
boar.
level
I
4.
got this. I swear.
I'd like to roll my health again and hopefully
No, you
get
don't.
higher this time. I rolled a 1 last time for health.
Same.
Ugh.
Whoops.
This is why I always take the average.
Usually I do.
Hey, nice guy has finished last.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Facepalm.
You're fired.
You can blame you, the dubbed Yu-Gi-Oh, for that one. My Valentine.
Yeah.
You.
Go Red Eyes Black Dragon!
Yay, he did it! He did it!
Fuck you.
What did you say, Joey?
Chain gain. See, the reason this is taking me is I have to set up all the additional people who are not expected to be
really-
present.
I mean, is that really
That's
necessary?
okay. I'll play
You
Time Wizard face up and make time go faster.
could- Dear God.
I'm gonna do this now until you're sick of it.
I'll cast time stop.
Hey, fuck
I
you.
love
That's
that
all
game when I was
Cast
12.
time stop.
The real mystery in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is how the hell Joey manages to win any duels. Actually, how any of them manage to win any duels, considering what their decks are.
Joy by luck.
Basically,
I mean,
actually.
most of
Yeah,
it's luck.
you use a time waster and he always calls right, always. Except,
Actually, I think he called wrong one episode. Oh yeah, he called wrong against Bones the first time he dueled Bandit Keith's gang.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
don't remember that much.
That was a dumb episode.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
it was.
Yugi wins by cheating because he has the ability to pull whatever card he needs.
Yep.
That is actually the thing, yeah. Apparently
I think that's canon, by the way.
It is, because in the dubbed version, at the end, they say the Millennium Puzzle's power is literally the ability to draw whatever you need. In the original, however, in the Japanese version, there is no heart of the cards. He literally draws whatever he needs. There is no heart of the cards philosophy, apparently.
Makes sense.
And then there's like the manga that apparently has absolutely nothing to do with the card game.
I think in the manga, the Millennium Puzzle, what it does is it bans your soul to the Shadow Realm or something. It's something creepy like that. I think it happens at the first episode.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, this is going to be rough, but I hope you guys understand my poor attempts here.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Hyloch, I know you play XCOM. Is this going to be one of those missions where you have to save as many civilians as possible?
Oh, I loved those.
I can't
fucking hated those. Those damn chrysalids ruined every run.
And as you guys stand there, these crustaceans seem to arise around you, purple in color.
Motherfucker. One-shotting everyone. Everyone.
Okay. As you guys continue your travels around this winding road, as it were, there is the sound of not a scuffle, but obviously people moving quickly, a run happening just around the bend. It is only a moment more before the first person seems to come into view, looking surprised to see such a large amount of people. They appear to be a man, human, who appears to be wounded, though he's decked in leather armor, a sword belted at his side. He does not bear any soldier's emblem or any sort of iconography, but he seems to be running from a fight of some sort. You can hear the sound of more people running behind him.
Let me change my music.
Okay.
Gilliman will have the chain gang stand off to the right of the road. Against is this like a valley that we're in, or is this literally just a dirt path or something?
This is dirt path. To the right of you, the ground inclines up into it inclines quite a bit before suddenly becoming steep. So there is the ability to move up the wall if need be, or up the side if need be. To the left of you, it declines for a little bit before suddenly dropping off. Not a whole 100 feet or something like that, but a good 10, probably 20 feet to a small river below.
And the Frost Maiden flashbacks.
There you go. And then Gilliman will have them sit. And if they move, they're dead.
Though there is some hesitance on their part, they do act to comply with the command.
Remember, to them, you're prisoners. To me, you're mobile rations.
I know we have our duties, but maybe we should try to help them?
I shall remain here and guard the prisoners. Inform me if you need aid.
Just to clarify, we are heading up this way, right?
Yes, you were heading that way.
And they're coming towards us. Okay.
That is correct.
And second bit of clarification, how far are we from the city of Astoria right now?
You are at least another day and a half of journey. So these are likely not people simply living there and out for a stroll.
Okay. And probably also not on the payroll of Astoria to patrol.
Unlikely.
Alright, in that case, moving up, drawing shields, drawing spear. I know a combat when I see one.
Weapons out.
Well, not towards them. However,
Guarding
looking at this guy, as he's moving forward, you said he's in armor, but no heraldry or no soldier's insignia?
Correct. He seems to be wearing a ragtag set of leather armor that as you get a closer look, now that he's moving closer, his moments of hesitation beginning to fade away as whatever is making him run continues to insist that he do so. It seems to be a rather well-worn and beaten set. As more people come into view behind him, you see that they likewise bear mismatched armor, mostly leather, a little metal here and there, but it doesn't seem to fit quite well for any of them. Likewise, none of them seem to be bearing any emblems or iconography. All of them, though, seem to be wounded in some measure. Mostly seems to be spears, though.
You there. Halt. What has happened to you? And are you friend or foe?
The man's running and bleeding, Rob.
Though he doesn't quite stop, the man does slow, obviously. Holding up holding up his one uninjured hand to show that he has nothing in it, and saying, "Help! There are centaurs! Centaurs are attacking! They just came out of nowhere! Can you help?"
We can indeed.
Hyloch, you said the wall on the right is climbable?
It inclines for about 20 feet before becoming too steep that I would require probably a check of some sort.
Okay, that's too much. I'm gonna hold here.
Okay.
We can indeed. Get behind us.
Taking the opportunity that provides, the people begin running further. And as more come into view, you realize that this seems to be quite a large mass of people. About 7 in total.
So we'll look behind to see the others. So is Nico and Gaia, their current positions, accurate?
More or less, yes.
Okay.
I usually tend to stick to the back anyway, so.
Gotcha. I'll begin running to the front, but I'll call back. Keep an eye on the back line. I can easily see something coming up behind us here.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm here.
Right, says the spellcaster. There's not any other reason they would be back there.
Yep.
No other reason.
Exactly.
It's the exact opposite reason why the giant lion is up front.
There's not really a good position
Quietly.
to be able to stand in front of multiple people.
Quietly, Versailles says from side, "Go get him, Sparrow."
Oh, Sparrow. That's his name. Oh, goodness.
I see no birds. Where?
Hold here. Let me send Bubo ahead to see if we can see him. See what's going on.
A fine idea.
Bubo, fly. You left him on the other map.
You might be correct.
Metallic crow noises.
I mean, you should be able to drag it, right?
Metallic crow.
Oh, that doesn't. Did I leave his actual icon? Hey, let me check. Yeah, I did. He did have an icon.
See, I'm glad I'm not playing a Kenku now, because there are already too many birds.
Goddamn. Yeah.
I'm only half a bird, thank you.
So am I.
I'm half a lion.
Sparrow.
You don't know that.
In another world,
Oh, we heard her say it.
in another
you
world,
didn't?
my daddy would be
Maybe.
Aslan.
I mean, maybe Gaia, but the rest, hell no.
As you guys begin to hold the line, awaiting what seems to be trouble coming afoot, Bubo sails ahead, attempting to scout. The trail itself does not travel in a straight path ever, really, bending this way and that. But you can see, with Bubo's height, it acts much like a familiar, right? You share senses with an action.
He's mechanical, so no, not yet.
Not yet.
But he can like come back and tell me.
Okay. Bubo can sail ahead with natural flight speed being quicker than most people on land. In return, a moment later, inclining his head and indicating that there were centaurs, 5 centaurs.
Huh. I wasn't expecting that.
Only 5?
Centaurs this far south of Astoria? How bizarre.
What's a centaur?
The upper half of a man,
Horse.
lower half of a horse.
Does it taste like a horse?
Maybe?
Half of it.
I'm going to find out.
Jesus, they're huge!
They
Yeah,
are
that is
centaurs.
a horse.
Meat!
By the way, the centaur player character is not the size of a horse. You are the size of a human.
So, wait,
Bullshit.
what? Are they like
Yeah.
just
You're-
donkey
You are.
folk or something?
They're literal asses.
Booba, how many?
5.
It's awful.
Nice. Yeah.
Can somebody
Prepare
do
to
it good?
attack.
With Bubo's heralding words and Orina's call to arms, the first footsteps, or rather hoofsteps, are heard, the ground trembling slightly with the steady march of a large creature. Rounding the bend seems to be a centaur, not quite captain, but definitely the leader of whatever this band is, bearing most fur and light armor. As she does so, a pike already in hand. Behind her, you can make out the forms, or at least hear the hoofsteps of multiple more starting to bear down on you. There is a brief pause. She draws up high as she sees, unexpectedly, quite a few well-armored people
And a giant lion man.
and a giant lion man.
I just
Pike
kind
in-
of flail my wings out.
Rob will call out to the leader. Hold, Centaur, what quarrel do you have with these men?
There is a brief snort from the woman who says, "Get out of the way, human. Our quarrel's not with you."
You stand upon the land of Astoria. The laws here are firm, not those of the steep. What is your quarrel with them? As a paladin of the 5, I must uphold the laws.
You stand upon the land of Thalia.
I do.
The laws here state that any brigands, murderers, thieves, and troublemakers, or invaders are set to be killed. Move.
You accuse these men of brigandry and thievery. What are their crimes specifically? How have they wronged you?
They attacked our band in the night, seeking to assail us and relieve us of our earthly possessions and earthly souls.
Rabot will turn to the
I think
the men behind him.
I think the entire group turns back and looks at him at that one.
Yep.
Does she speak
Never
the truth?
take your
Yeah,
eyes off of the
yeah.
target.
I'm a lion.
Does she speak the truth? Did you assail them in the night?
I am going to ask for, let's see, let's make this either a persuasion or intimidation check.
Thank God the paladin's doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here to look intimidating, not actually be intimidating.
Let's see. Did that go through?
There, that one
Solid-
went through.
Yeah, it's all 21. God damn, bro.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Rob will stare them down with all the integrity and power of his office. Did you assail them in the night?
There's a brief pause, obvious hesitation playing against the leader of this small band, the man you saw prior, the first and quickest to run, apparently. What hesitation he has is made up in turn by one of his fellows immediately pointing him out and saying, "It was his idea. We didn't want to do it.
You infringe upon and willfully break the oath of peace. This cannot stand. As a paladin of the five, I do hereby decree that you are to be turned over to the custody of and the justice of the centaurs.
Everyone else just picture a dude getting tied up by all his limbs to 4 different centaurs and being pulled apart?
Yeah, just a bit. Also, refresh my memory. Is the Oath of Peace not simply between the gods and the titans?
Yes, but it also kind of extends to the peoples of the land. There's sort of this uneasy truth between Astoria and the centaurs of the steeps that we kind of leave each other alone.
More of a symbology thing, then.
Yeah.
Fair. Also, turn order's up. Why?
Well, I mean, you did just have a paladin proclaim, surrender yourselves to execution.
To be fair, we only asked for the leader.
Yeah. Tenants of the Oath of the Crown. This is me acting in character.
Nah, that's perfectly. I mean, even Leonidas can't see fault with this logic. I'm usually just here to fight things.
Oh, wow. What a lovely initiative.
Join the club.
How far away? Oh, that's beautiful.
Alright, let me get rid of the disguise. Oops, wrong disguise.
Take a moment to thank our DM for the beautifully drawn map. Like, I can really tell you put a lot of time and effort into this.
Leave him be. It's fine.
Suddenly, lightning strikes the ground and Pal's incinerated.
Get smited, son.
I want you to know that as much as a joke of I'm making of that, that's within my lore power.
Oh.
That's what you get for oath blocking, bro.
And as a dungeon master, I've done that myself, actually.
Yeah, I think in this world, gods are really active. They will smite you.
Damn it.
Well, I mean, for me, it was a Curse of Strahd game. One of the players was actively shit-talking Strahd, and I'm like, make a dexterity saving throw. Why? Just do it. Lightning falls.
I mean, I don't think Strahd can lightning bolt.
He controls the land.
That's an interpretation of it.
Man, this is just unfortunate for that bandit captain. He actually rolled decently, but I can still catch him. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that was weird.
I treat you as more than a fan. You're a friend. Don't worry.
Oh, isn't that just sweet?
My Discord just restarted. That was weird. Anyway.
Yeah, I was worried, man. I almost lost my adoring fans. What would I do without you?
Actually, fun fact.
I already made my jabs.
One of your adoring fans is actually going to be part of my Star Wars game.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, no shit.
Tell them to make an explosive expert.
There you go.
Oh god.
He lives on.
What is a car but a large
I'd
explosive device?
I love that one. I'm
like
gonna
to play
steal
a
it.
Mandalorian who specializes in bombs.
I already got one of those.
Okay.
No, Hyloch would be a droid that tries
A
to turn
Mandalorian
himself
that
into
specializes
a
in
bomb.
bombs. Yep.
Got one of those too.
All right. As Rob's claim and declaration sings out into the air, the man draws his weapon. And Nico, you are the quickest to act, it seems like, as this man draws a weapon on your obvious comrade.
Damn it. How do I do this? Oh, girls, I'll bite the... Yeah, whatever. Attack me. I don't know if...
I'll...
Is he?
I don't think they are. I think they're staying the fuck out of this.
They seem uncertain. They could be swayed one way or the other.
One word from Leonis that might change their mind.
Useful.
One way or the other.
How big is this? 20-foot square. How well can you aim entangle?
I mean, it's 8
If I were
points
to.
within range.
Oh my god, it's perfect.
I mean, it is a square.
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
Yeah, I think since the bandit didn't attack me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Entangle Light in this square. Basically only grabbing the captain.
Like this?
Perfect.
You'll have to commit, so.
Strength, I think? Hold on, Entangle. Strength saving throw, yes.
Strength saving throw.
Little did we know this was a bandit captain touched by the Titans.
No, he's a bitch. Get your strength done.
The bandit captain is restrained.
Okay, in case they attack me, I'm going to... Why not? I'm going to activate my Starry form, and you see a crown forming around his head, helping me concentrate on spells. Basically a crown star for me. And that's it. I have advantage on concentration checks.
Versailles leans forward and pats your back. You're doing so well.
Aww.
He blushes a little.
This is awkward.
Gaia, from beside Rob, having a sword drawn on you and on Rob, but both of you together, friends. Gaia, what would you like to do?
Yeah. I'd like him to make a wisdom saving throw is what I'd like the captain to do.
Okay. You guys are just
Man,
gonna
dude.
fucking lock this guy down.
DC 15?
This poor captain.
Wow.
What is this?
Wow.
Jesus!
Hold person.
Do you have manacles at this point?
Oh no, I could just grab him and just drag him up there to them at this point, I think.
That's the point. Just, yeah.
Fucking lock, stock, and barrel. Okay. The captain is entangled and then held.
And I'm going to and I'm just gonna back up a bit.
Dude's straight up
Because
paralyzed.
he's paralyzed, he can't do anything.
That insult to
Yeah.
injury is I'm gonna tie him with chain.
Does he get saves?
At the end of his
I
turn.
think at the end of the turn.
End of his turn for
At
that.
the end of his turn.
Well, he's fucked either way now.
Whoopsie.
So, for Entangle, the creature restrained by the plants can use its action, so he gets to make a save against this, but he...
Can't, because he's paralyzed.
Yeah, he has no action, so...
He can't, because he's paralyzed. He has no action.
From the waist down.
Yeah, he's fucked. Basically, he has to pass the save and at the next turn get rid of the entangle.
This would be from the neck down.
Or if the bandits help him, maybe, who knows.
I've seen Stunlocks MMOs that were nicer than this.
Yeah, okay. I am on board. I see what happened here. Okay. Then the end of his turn, he gets to make one save against the wisdom save on hold person. So wisdom save on hold person. Probably going to be a failure.
That's a failure.
Yes.
I mean, if he decided to rob a bunch of
Yeah.
centaurs and expect to get
That's
away
a
from
fail.
it, he's not very wise.
I mean, he had the numbers. Leonis.
Well, as my action, I'm going to dash. Not that I needed to reach him, but I needed to get back. And I'm going to grapple him, which he can't contest because he's paralyzed and restrained and all sorts of fun stuff. And then...
He can't contest it But I will contest that he is currently entangled to the ground by grasping weeds and vines.
24.
Ooh, fair point. Fair point.
I would ask for a strength check, probably based off of Nico's DC. So 14. Athletics versus 14.
No, 24. Okay, there you go.
All
Well,
good?
Yeah.
I mean, even without that, that's a 19. I can just straight up roll a strength check though, if you want.
No, athletics is fine.
Okay. Well, in that case, this man is now in my arms. I'm gonna drag him back to the freaking centaurs. Since I could shove and grapple things twice my size, I think I asked this before, but I can't remember what the result of that was. Am I still going half my
Established that you
speed?
can move.
No, you are not going half your speed. You are not encumbered.
Cool. I present the poor captain to the centaurs. And
that
that's
happened
my
a lot
turn.
quicker than I thought it would.
I wish shit just went this well all the time for us.
Wow, our group is really efficient.
I will give the centaurs an action at the end of the round, but until then, if Orina, if you have anything.
Well, since Leonis kindly presented the bandit captain to them, in case the other schmucks have any idea of even trying to help him, me and Boo Boo are gonna come down here as her whip is out and ready to slash the first one that moves.
Okay.
I
Held
basically,
So
action.
holding action until one of them moves.
I basically just walked up, grabbed this asshole by the collar, and just turned around and walked right back with him. I don't think they're gonna do shit.
No, it's like a cat. You grabbed him by the back of the neck.
Ooh, I like
Oh,
it.
God.
Yes, with my teeth.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I. That's yes, even better.
Dear
This is
God.
what I was thinking. So I was kind of expecting. I envisioned that he'd just come over, snap him by the collar with his teeth, and just run back.
Meow.
How? Anything from this site.
Does it, actually, considering how they literally only went out of their way to entangle one, I'm assuming the other bandits aren't really, an issue. I'll just, move up beside Leonius, just looking between the bandit captain and the centaur, and pretty much let's say, what will be done with the man?
I'm going to give Rob a chance to do as if you have anything you'd like to do, Rob, and then I'll give the centaurs their words. Unless you want to hear what the centaurs say first.
I kind of want to hear what the centaurs say first before I take action, because I have something I do. If the centaurs want more than just a captain, I have action. If the centaurs don't want anything more than the captain, I might do something different. So I kind of want to hear what the centaurs say first.
That is wholly fair. So whole turn just towards after the centaur.
Yeah.
Okay. The centaur leader strides forward, hooves clicking against the ground as the pike is laid at her side, holstered into a pouch. And she says, "What we always do with attempted killers. This one, do you intend to keep the others?"
They fall within. Rob will respond to that.
Yes.
All of them technically fall under your jurisdiction. Typically, in Astoria law, it is the captain who must suffer the brunt of the punishment of the crimes, but the others you are entitled to the others as well.
See, now that might cause an issue.
It might, but
That will
Rob
definitely
is,
cause an issue.
it might. But they all wronged them.
This is true.
They all went after the centaurs. It doesn't matter if it wasn't their idea. They all partook of the action, and that's from Rob's perspective.
Guilty by association.
Guilty by doing a crime.
Just following orders.
Yeah.
So was the other guys, and I burned their captain alive.
So, what is the centaur's response?
There is a brief glance at her fellows, another glance towards you all. There seems to be some sort of slow recognition forming in her eyes.
Oh
Before a small gleam enters it, and she says, "Half. We'll take half of them. You choose."
Oh, God. That's
no. I
barbaric.
need to stand in the way of how you do things, as we are, and I just glance towards the captain, clearly intent on siding with you on this. But what is the point of asking for our preference of how many?
You all have inserted yourselves here, and I would consider it much like a neutral third party. A judge in between the two wronged halves, doling out justice. Is that inaccurate?
I suppose from that perspective, it can be assumed to be so.
We're gonna need more rope.
I think we each have a bit. We can get.
Already, worried glances begin to pass between the remaining bandits.
Yeah. Can any of you get in between the bandits and I? It would be nice.
Yeah, let me, Rob will step forward and observe each of the bandits. Do any of them appear to be, like, I don't want to say the word, like, of higher rank, but perhaps better off and more well-equipped than any of the others?
Let's make this a investigation check.
Okay, let me make sure my thing is actually working. Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did take investigation because of my policing.
It's like you're made for this.
19. With a 19, I mean, they all are wearing mismatched armor, poorly equipped weapons, and the like. There are two that may have made off with better gear at some point. Armor that seems to actually mostly match. The bracers and the shin guards don't, obviously, but the torso at least does. That sort of thing. That would be the two closest to you, the ones that were closest to the bandit captain.
All right. Reboot will scan them, and then he will say, pointing at each, oops, let me click the right thing. You three, you will submit to the justice of the centaurs. The other three shall submit to the justice of Astoria. This is how it shall be.
I am going to ask for either, well, I think this will have to be an intimidation check.
I can't see it being anything else.
Okay.
Right.
And with those words, he will add something else. He will also say to them, and to any of you who reject this, I challenge you to oppose me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, you have to fight the lion.
On a failed save. That's interesting.
Right? Tenants of the crown.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's actually, wow.
That's damned ingenious.
Tenants of the Crown is really good, man. People say go like aggression or conqueror or all the other things, but Crown is actually pretty good. It's got some good stuff in it. It's got some good tools.
Well, I mean, people tend to go in favor of vengeance or conqueror because they're talking about damage numbers.
Yeah,
that's pretty much all those people see.
I mean, I do have a theme because Black Templar's hilarious.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Okay,
and you wanted me to give you an intimidation as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see.
Ooh.
Oh,
baby,
wow.
I'm on fire.
Why doesn't all our shit
You
go
are
this good?
on it tonight with those numbers.
Blackjack.
I wanted to say that one would challenge, but with a 21, I can't, in good sense, do that. Not as they are, at the very least. The three in the back, at least one, moves further back, further distancing themselves from what seems to be a lost cause in their fellows. And we lost Eretz. Is everyone else present, though?
Yes,
I am present.
Yes, okay, just making sure, because it was
yep.
oddly silent.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
I reboot Gilliman is present.
Is
Am
present.
Is
Am
present.
present.
Yes, is present. I is present. Be good at justice.
Leonia suddenly feels smarter.
I are monkey.
I'm just fucking imagining that cat meme now. Reboot Gilliman. I can has justice.
Oh no!
I can has justice.
I can have
I
cheeseburger.
don't know this meme. I don't know a lot of memes, actually.
I can have cheeseburger. You don't know
Never
the
heard of it.
cheeseburger meme?
It's
I'm
like
not
one of the
exactly
oldest
savvy
memes
with
ever.
Oh,
the
you
internet.
poor
Ah.
sheltered. You poor sheltered child.
You sweet summer child.
I will continue without Eras for the minute,
Yep.
'cause I assume he'll drop back in shortly.
Sure.
Versi is just whispering sweet nothings into Sparrow's ear.
Completely.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
so brave.
Yes, so as I was going to say, the three in the back move further away, obviously physically distancing themselves against what seems to be a lost cause for their other fellows. The closer three, there's a brief spark of tension that shoots through them. One in the back lays a hand on his sword as though he's going to challenge the declaration, but a look to Rob, a look to his fellows, and there's an understanding that passes over him. A choose death now or later, or the chance of death later.
Yep. Death now or chance of death later.
Uncertainty, unease, and obvious frustration coating them. The three begin to trudge forward. I could select all three. Great. They remain at it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the moment they get closer, I'll just hold out my spear, barring them. Hold on.
God
And I
damn it.
just look towards the centaur. You already have one man. Do you not feel this is a little excessive, perhaps?
I swear to God, more. Don't get me wrong, I was expecting this wholeheartedly.
Wow, I mean, I
disappointed
know he
you
didn't
weren't.
swear the oath, but I didn't expect sedition this quick.
I did.
There is a... Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's the robot.
Oh,
Strife?
hey, Rats, welcome back.
Oh, you're Ritz.
He may or may not be with us. I assume his internet clicked out. He went to go fix it, and now he stepped away from
Okay,
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, there
what
you
did
go.
I miss?
I was right.
Basically, Versi has you grappled right now.
Oh, nothing new.
Nothing new. I assume you're here when the centaurs made the demands for half the bandits. Yeah. Robot has figured that problem out and has sent 3 forward to be given to the centaur. But Pal has just interceded at the last moment to argue in favor of the centaurs keeping only the captain. So with Pal's intercession, the centaur leader, captain, pauses for a moment at the unexpectedness of it before I don't want to say smile, but obvious smirk begins to stretch across her face, and she says, "What difference does it make to you? They have wronged us. We have chosen our justice, and it's being met out."
I'm not arguing against punishment or justice. There needs to be a little more of that in the world, I think we all can agree. However, at the end of the day, like you, like me, these are living beings. The other humanoids. God, that's a weird term. At the end of the day, no. Men do what they do to survive. They become desperate when they think there is no other option. Surely, killing them without giving them a chance at redemption is a bit much. Because if their only crime is simply wanting to live, I am not entirely certain I can sit idly by and stay silent as men march to their death. Not again.
Again? The plot thickens.
Leonis will eat centaur after all tonight.
There's a
Don't want to fight centaurs.
Palace. I am going to ask for persuasion, but I will give you advantage for reasons.
Interesting.
Persuasion advantage. Maybe I should have invested more in charisma.
Now we roll a 19, bro.
Apparently it works out. Didn't even need the advantage. There's a brief pause, once again, from the centaur captain before she says, "Your concern is over their death? Fine. I can assure you that they won't be met with death as their punishment. They'll be put to work."
This is the part where Pallas makes an insight check.
Thing is, I legit don't know anything about centaurs. Like, I'm trying to think of a way to ask Hyloch if I would know if a centaur would honor that, but at the same time, like, as someone who's trained in Mythos, I don't think I would have encountered many centaurs, so insight probably is appropriate then. Can I?
Yes.
That's an 8. Actually, I'll use advantage or inspiration. I never use it.
No, that's good. You guys get an opportunity once
Goddamn.
a session. You should probably use it once a session. 20. Her words are honest, but there's obviously something that she is yet to say that she is, I want to say, dying to say, but there's an add-on that she hasn't mentioned yet.
Breeding stock.
Death by snoo.
I don't want to think about that, and I'm not going to consider that.
But her words are
Pallas-
honest.
Makes sense.
Does it?
Pallas will study her for a moment, putting them to work for a time as they reflect on their actions certainly is acceptable to me. But that's not all, is there?
Can you really afford to spend time here?
Uh-oh.
Hyloch, looking up the cliff, because you mentioned that this is a cliff. What exactly is above us?
It rises up to a steep hill slash mountainous area. There are not rocks waiting to drop on you, nor there is a blatant foe waiting to drop from the shadows, if that's your concern.
Okay.
The only assassin around is behind you.
Feel like you're being truthful with that statement, but at the same time coy.
You don't know, do you?
Yeah, I'm a bit new around these parts, you could say.
Well, it doesn't matter anyways. As I said, they'll be put to work in our war camps.
Oh. I think I just caught on.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Palace would...
What's a better training dummy than slaves?
Pretty much.
They're not going to be killed though. She's been honest about that.
No, but I think she's talking about something else. That thing that there's something we're not seeing. It has nothing to do with the bandits.
Well, I guess here's the question.
Yep.
Would any of us actually know anything about centaur culture?
That's the question.
I may know a little.
Rob might know, out of everybody, I think Rob might know the most because Astoria has the most contact with the centaurs, being that Astoria is right on the front doorstep of the Steeps.
That is correct. There is a key word involved in that moment, involved in that statement that you may want to draw a connection to.
Yeah, war camp, I know.
No. She said that we cannot allow to waste time here, right?
You afford to waste time here.
Yeah, there's that as well.
Where are we, Hyloch?
You are a day and a half league from Astoria. You're further inland than Astoria. As in,
maybe it's not where we are, but where we are going.
Yeah, that worries me as well. Is there smoke on the horizon?
make a perception check.
Okay.
Regardless, I think at this point we're spending a little too much time, so...
That was to see if I knew anything about
I'm not
centaurs.
Okay, no. Just a cliff.
Might be good. Okay.
Just a box.
Alex will hesitate for a moment before slowly raising his spear. I have your word that these men will not meet their end.
You have my word that these men will not meet their end at our hands.
There you go.
Alice will just look to the three. He'll raise a spear, put it to his side, go. I've done all I can for you.
Well, the 16 Hyloch, would I know anything about centaurs and their history?
Oh, sorry. I completely missed that. I didn't realize there was a roll being made.
Might want to ask Dungeon Master to roll before just rolling in the future.
I mean, that's
I
that
think
Amazon culture.
Amazons and centaurs share, like, out of character, they share similar types of, I guess, society type.
Let me double check myself before I speak out of turn.
Remember right from the literature, they were basically like almost like Huns.
A little bit, yeah.
They've been
They have,
portrayed in so
they
many
have,
movies in so many different ways.
They have a very peculiar way of working with each other if you're in terms of their generosity with those who they view as guests, but like as soon as you leave, it's like all about the hunt and your fair game. It's really weird from what I read about them.
With a 16, given some nature of your past, I would offer to you that centaurs are known as tribal people. There is, much like Blue and Grim summarize Huns. Obviously, battle and fighting. With a 16, you're not able to draw any conclusions from what this woman is saying. There's nothing that's immediately coming to mind that would say, well, this is what she must mean because centaur. You do have the general sense of centaurs' typical states that, as I said, tribes, Huns, fighting along the steppes, but no conclusions.
Yeah, so they're like Amazons. They, with the exception of the gender issue. Okay.
Well, I think Amazons actually settle one place. If I remember right, these guys are nomads.
Yep.
Yeah, they can be.
Nomads across the steeps.
That too. Okay. Cool.
Okay. As Pallas lets them pass, the three share worried looks and try to give Linus a wide berth before stepping to their probably inevitable doom.
My jaw is cramping.
One of the centaurs, that is not the captain, as the captain gestures for her to go forward, steps forward to grab the bandit captain from you. And you guys are released of your 4 would-be prisoners. Released,
and yet,
rather.
we have gained 3 more.
Yes, you have gained 3 more.
Fuck.
Speaking of which, you 3, line up. I am to bind you and tie you. You shall face judgment in Astoria.
There is a brief pause as rope is exchanged amongst the centaurs. The humans hogtied before being thrown on the runt's back.
Aww.
Leave,
Lucky
or
bastards.
while they're being tied up, I may as well just try to push my luck here. But what did you mean when you said we really don't know, and can we afford to be here right now? Last thing, I promise.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just considering how she would respond because she's not the most informative person. If you don't know, then I don't have time to explain it to you. We really must be going. Our war camp isn't far away. With another moment's pause, the humans are strapped down like sacks of potatoes, and they begin to ride out if there are no further moments anybody has.
No, I'm pretty good. The idea of a centaur war camp nearby worries Rob, but he already has so much on his plate that there will be time for that later. As he is finishing tying up the bandits.
Extending your chain gang, Rob, you have now 7 prisoners.
Yes, we do.
One could only understand how such awful rumors have arisen.
Yeah.
Seem rather proficient at tying people up by the wrists, Rob.
Well, when you work for the
Struggling to come up with an excuse, Rob.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember exactly remember the name. They were like the Centurions of Mitros. They work closely with the Paladins of the Five Gods in Mitros. They're essentially the city guard. They are.
Next thing you know, we're gonna start going to taverns. They're gonna start looking at you and asking if you actually slept with hags or something.
Never living that down.
Nope.
The worst double 20 I have ever rolled ever.
And also the best.
Right?
I would agree it's the best.
You probably saved your life with that.
Okay. Well, come on. Let's move out.
I'm gonna clap on the bandits.
Centaur statements worry me.
Why? They're simply going to use them as war fodder.
More or less slaves.
More like indentured mercenaries.
We would do the same. So our prisoners, should we take any, we make into slaves.
It all gets
Those who do not abide the law take their fate into their own hands.
At least until those who write the laws determine otherwise, yes? Let's get a move on.
I'm sad.
Let me ask you something, Rob. In Astoria, is there a law against attacking centaurs?
There is an uneasy truce that we hold with the centaurs at this point in time. Or at least when I was there several years ago. I have been out of the loop, as it were, since then. They do not raid our camps, we do not infiltrate or expand upon the steeps, and we sort of live and let live.
But is that a law?
Not as much at this point in time. I don't know. How much would I know about the actual uneasy truce between Astoria and the centaurs? Hyloch.
I could make that a history roll, if you don't mind terribly, as you guys are continuing your travels forward.
Let's see, history not my best, but hey, I might know a thing or two.
16s aren't bad at all. We take those here.
Hey, I'm good with a 15 half the time.
Well, you can't persuade it out of me, Rob. Come
I know.
Obviously, you rolled a 7.
Well, it's an accidental click. My bad, my fault.
You're good. With a 16, yes, as you know, the Oath of Peace has existed for half a millennia now. Nearly half a millennium. Over the course of that, though the gods and titans cannot take direct conflict against people, against each other, let me paraphrase. There is obviously the case of patronizing or advising or incidental dangers, such as a divine boar being brought out of nowhere. While it's true that the centaurs and the cyclopses and the like have not attacked Astoria in ages past, since the peace happened, there is always the uneasiness of it. If you step into their land, you are risking yourselves. If they step into your land, they are risking themselves.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you're going to, punish someone for committing a crime, make sure they committed a crime.
The bandits themselves confessed to the crime when one of the lower lackeys professed that it was the bandit captain's idea.
Yeah, I know, but as
And
you're
they
telling me,
didn't-
as you tell me, there is no law that prohibits what they did, so there is no crime itself. Just saying.
There is politics involved as well, as detestable as politics might be. There is the safety of the many to take into account in these things.
I mean, I'm not gonna get in your way. I'm just saying maybe you are taking the law into your hands at this point. Think about that, and I will keep walking.
I am the law.
That is always a concern.
Seems overly complicated. Should have just simply had them have an honorable duel and the survivors were in the right.
I mean, I don't know why you trust the centaur so bad. I don't really trust them, but it's okay. Let's just keep going. I don't like to waste more time.
Indeed.
It looks like we are out of time for some reason.
I'm sad. I won't know what they taste like now.
Horse.
If they have
At
a war
least
camp
half of
nearby,
it.
you may learn in the future, near or otherwise.
This makes me happier.
My greatest goal: taste every beast and animal upon the lands.
I'm really glad I'm not playing Kenku God.
When Minori does it, it's creepy. When the lion does it, everybody's fine with it.
Minori
Well,
is a
because when
little
I do
girl.
it, I'm cheeky about it. You're outright fucking weird with it.
For you, it's a fetish. Let's be honest.
But no, I would
Yes.
say that.
Yes,
I
it
would
is. I've
say
watched
that.
the videos.
What?
Oh.
The fuck are you talking? You're gonna get me in trouble with the internet.
Oh, believe
Come on,
me, the internet
Mar,
has trouble with everyone.
Come on, Mar, we don't judge here. Let him be.
Yeah, I mean, if he's in the vor, that's him.
Who's we? I judge everyone.
Not wrong.
I'm an unapologetic ass.
Also not wrong.
The best kind of ass.
That's a lie.
God. Striving forwards along your uneven terrain.
It's open.
I am going to jump us. Oh, and we lost Gaia. Gwen. Which, honestly, was the person I expect to lose at a point, not everyone else. But, you know, it works out.
I lose myself every day.
Fine.
Lose yourself in the music, the moment, spaghetti, spaghetti.
You know what? It's currently 8:30. We're 2 hours in. I think now would be an opportune time for a quick 5-minute break and let Gwen hop back in before I jump us to our next bit.
Sure.
Cool.
I could use a quick restroom break. I'll see you guys in just a minute.
Same.
Yay!
And with that, we're going to go on a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, I do hope you're enjoying. And as usual, since this is not, God, has it been so long, I actually forgot the name of that game too. The Astrals Cartography Guild. I'm not going to cut the video here. We're just going to keep rolling. Y'all can enjoy the music. I'm going to use the bathroom and finish my cigarette. All said, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Well, I'm back already. Thank God my bathroom's literally just a door down the hall. Ooh. Alrighty. Are we all still gone, or? And I have returned. And I'm saddened because I am the only one here.
Or not.
Oh.
Are you ready to meet Daddy?
No? I mean, what do you do when you are informed that your dad is not only a god, but also an alcoholic?
Huh. Oh, that could be really bad.
Yeah, this is gonna be very awkward.
I can see Leonis being like very quiet or being very, very loud when he meets Dad. I can see both. So I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I mean, do we have a reason to meet with? Yeah, do we have a reason to meet with him?
I think that's where we are going to Astoria, right?
No, we're going to Astoria to drink from the dragon horn and receive a vision.
All
Because
right,
that's what the prophecy says.
I mean, Neonius has reasons to meet Daddy. He doesn't really want to go through with it just at the moment, though, because Daddy issues.
Yeah. Which is why I ask, is it even going to be brought up? Do any of us have a reason to, as a group, move in to the God of War? I imagine we'll find a reason.
Yeah, I can picture it right now. I walk up and I immediately demand, "Why was I born this way?"
I mean, we can ask the God of War to protect the Oracle. That would be a good reason.
That... By the way, I want to apologize. I didn't realize I took up 2 hours of our time on that.
Oh no, that was great.
You're good.
Like, okay, let me put it this way. We spent that much time in what could have been very easily a combat scenario, not doing combat.
And I got the question of Paladin's morality, which I always love.
Oh, believe me, he's questioning his morality.
Mm-hmm. That top 3 my favorite things to do in D&D, question of Paladin's morality. Love it.
Stop breaking Judge Dredd.
I find it interesting that you sided with the centaurs. I thought there was like a hate relationship between humans and centaurs, but I think I read something along those lines.
I would say it's like more so tense than anything else.
Oh, okay, yeah, good point.
I mean,
they are awkward.
I mean, if I remember right, centaurs are also like honorable as all hell. And honestly,
I think they're bitches because they run away from the war.
And
the first war.
The way Leona saw it, it's like he was ready for a fight as much as they were, but no fight came, so everyone just amicably stood down.
Blah 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 blah. First war. Blah 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 blah. All right, centaurs retreated to the steppes. Bitches, they didn't fight.
I mean, when you got 4 legs, you may as well do what you do best and run.
Yeah, like bitches.
I almost wanted to play a centaur. I thought it's like, yeah, but that comes with a lot of weird stuff that I don't think I really want to play with that much. Like, the second we enter a cave system with narrow hallways, I'm fucked.
No, because you're medium-sized. You can ride a horse.
Shut up. I also have a specific feature for the centaurs on here where, you know, tighter spaces cause difficult terrain for me.
Oh no, it's your worst enemy. A ladder.
That
dun,
too.
Dun, dun.
That moment.
With great anxiety. Fuck.
Saying fuck.
I just want to hear an Elcor say fuck now.
Well, send a letter to BioWare while they're still around and not sold again.
Honestly,
or just dissolved.
Honestly, I'm not that worried about their future, given that freaking Star Wars: The Old Republic still has like a massive player base.
Is that still a BioWare property?
To my last check, it was.
I
So
want
long
them
as
to.
the income.
To be honest, I want them to make another Mass Effect Andromeda. A good one. I think it has potential. I don't know.
It definitely has potential. It's just, again, there was a lot that fans went in with expectation-wise that just did not pan out.
Oh, but now the expectations are low.
That is
because
also
of
true.
Andromeda.
But from the sounds of it, they keep talking about it. Like, if they ever did in their Mass Effect game, it would be Shepard again.
Oh no! It's right. They announced that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that.
How are they going to include Shepard?
There is one of the theories that if you get a certain ending, Shepard lives.
It's not a theory. How do I say it? In the actual end, you see him actually alive and breathing. If you go with a quote-unquote renegade option, I don't believe that's a renegade option.
No, it's not renegade. It's just destroy. It's fucked. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's in the Earth or somewhere.
No, I mean,
There's
like,
no technology.
he's welcome back. Like, at that point, like, he's done everything. Like, let the man rest. Why do we need to bring him back?
Because
I need my house in an alien planet with my alien babe. That's why.
Oh, and don't forget your
Can I
fish.
walk into?
Don't forget your fish. All of your fish that you literally had survived 3 full games.
Who's gonna feed my fish?
Wait, you didn't get fish in the first game.
Alright. Never mind. I want my alien house in my alien planet with my alien babe. I want my happy ending in Mass Effect. Fuck it.
Oh, right.
See, I think they would go. Well, I mean, I feel like they would be a little more successful if they. Like, I realize this is a controversial opinion, but if they branched away from Shepard, because again, like when the developers created the Mass Effect universe, they said that the Citadel alone would be content enough for several games, and it sounds like they were planning multiple other games just on the Citadel, just in the Milky Way universe. But because of Shepard, they kind of just.
I'm not gonna lie though, like maybe like a slight offshoot, like a side story or something about shit happening on the Citadel. Like
one where we can shoot something other than human.
Fuck, let me think. I'm trying to think of a good time frame for it. Maybe shortly after damn it, what was that first Reaper?
Sovereign.
Was it Sovereign?
Yeah, that one.
Right, because Harbinger was the second one. Right.
Yeah, Sovereign is the first.
Yeah, like shortly after Sovereign was defeated and this, like, the Citadel was wrecked and everything's rebuilding while, you know, all the a-holes from the underground and criminal organizations are kind of vying for control again. Like, honestly, something along those lines, I honestly would dig a game of.
I don't know, which one do you think is more intimidating, Sovereign or Harbinger?
Which one was Harbinger?
Harbinger was the one that took control of the Collectors.
Assuming direct control guy.
Direct control.
I mean, Harbinger did more, I think.
Harbinger did more, but Sovereign had a lot of mystery to him that alluded to a lot, but said very little of. And I think that honestly made him more menacing to me. Like, Harbinger, like, okay, he's a Reaper, and I get that now.
Additionally, there's the sound design. Like, Sovereign's voice as opposed to Harbinger's voice. You can hear that there is a very clear difference. And I realize sound design isn't everything, but it's like, it's just one of those small things.
We all here?
Everyone but Gwen from the looks of it.
Oh, then Gwen just logged back in.
I don't think she will, considering what she's mentioned about that storm.
No, she just came online in Discord, saw her pop online. She's trying to probably get in this area.
Alright, we can give her...
There she is.
Speak of the devil.
Welcome back. Maybe.
Domo arigato, Miss Roboto.
It might have been another scenario where
We are Harbinger.
Not bad.
Yeah, thankfully Clownfish I have down, almost memorized what each one and every tuning sounds like for that thing.
Yeah, I need to figure that out better.
It's not hard. And I'll give it this, it's a lot easier than the other one I have, but the other one I have has so much you can do with it.
Clownfish only has like, what, 12 settings?
Something like that, but they're constantly updating.
Okay. Gwen, are you present?
Sorry.
Just to be sure.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
I'm here, as long as the internet stays up.
Cool.
What did I miss? I don't know what happened. So.
You guys are currently fighting an ancient blue dragon.
This shortly after finding out the centaurs are actually cannibals and they actually ate the prisoners.
Right. That's wonderful. Right. So we're all still alive.
Yeah.
You're coming across really quiet.
Except me. I kind of insulted the DM and Lightning.
Well, that was from
sense.
the ancient blue dragon. He's there for Snoo Snoo. Palace is the new chosen.
I'd take the lightning breath now, please.
I mean, it could be worse. At least, you know, you didn't somehow beguile a noble in a Japanese setting. Who you literally might not survive saying no to.
All right. I believe the last we spoke, right before the break, I had just been saying that I was going to jump us a little ahead now that we've had our, now that you've had a peculiar day / encounter along the road. Now with 7 captives in total, in tow, quite a few attendants, the Versailles, the Oracle herself, and all of you, making for quite a large and motley crew, you guys continue your journey northwest, heading further into the frontier lands of Thalia, towards the known city of Astoria. Another night has passed by you already. This one quite a bit more peaceful than the last. No nightmares assail you, and no discomfort or brigands from the dark attack, thankfully. It seems that all those who are around have already been warded off, likely by the centaurs or your own captives at this point. It is just now as the sky, as the sun reaches just about the highest point in the sky, where you reach around the bend and get your first view of Astoria.
Is it on fire?
This settlement is nestled between the cliffs of a rocky gorge. The north wall of the town is part of a stone fortress and protects the town from any dangers that might come from the steppes. Houses, taverns, and shops of all kinds sprawl down from the fortress, filling much of the gorge. The northern wall is defended by a legion of soldiers, while the southern gates admit what seems to be a steady stream of travelers and merchant caravans. The road that runs south from the gate is lined with tin-lined roofs. The glint off their roofs visible even at this distance. No, there is no great fire happening here. However, what does catch your eyes is the large fire happening outside of Astoria. Further inland, north into the steeps, there seems to be a large bonfire already situated, with multiple other small ones left here and there. A sure sign, even at this distance, it's difficult to make out any features, any shapes, and the like, of a large, enormous even, war camp positioned right outside the walls.
God damn it! I freaking knew it! As soon as Hyloch said war camp, I'm like, they're laying siege to Astoria. They're about to lay siege to Astoria. Shit is about to hit the fan. We literally came here at the worst possible time.
The real question is,
You're
why
the
did you
best.
trust a centaur patrol in Astoria in the first place? Like, a couple of centaur has already been established as it would be extremely rare for a centaur adventurer to exist.
The risk of a political political incident that could only further worsen relations and lead to outright war was the primary reasoning behind what Gilliman did in that situation. The fact that it seems like it's already way past that was unknown to him, and had he known it, he probably would have had handled the situation differently.
I mean, we don't know that they're here to declare war or lay siege. I mean, they could just be here to party.
As Pallas offers this idea, horns in the distance sound.
I don't think those are the horns of Snoo
Start
Snoo.
of the party.
What do the horns of Snoo Snoo sound like, Leonis?
No, that's
I think that's the
getting back
question
into
for...
character now, though.
Yeah.
Maybe we discuss that later. Come on, we need to get into the city before something happens.
Let us into the city.
They're louder.
So, taking a look at the war camp, because you said that there was still traffic, people moving in and out of Astoria, so...
Visibly
is it safe
from
to-
the southern gate.
Okay, so it's not just a trade blockade. God, I
No.
watched too much Star Wars.
Oh, that,
Nothing wrong with that.
Approaching the city from the south, you encounter a caravan of merchants who are headed towards Astoria. With them are the first domesticated animals you have seen in some time, since the land besieged by the divine boar. A herd of bony oxen lumbering along the dusty road. The merchants seem tired, and they greet you with more than a fair shake of wariness. Your large entourage, unfamiliar faces, and captives set you apart from the others.
Reboot will address one of the merchants, preferably one that might not seem as tired and more willing to conversation than the others, although that might be a bit of a stretch. And ask him, what do you know of the, we're new to Astoria. We haven't, or at least I haven't been here in some time. How long has the, Centaur War Camp been outside of our walls? Do you know?
The merchant raises an eyebrow, seeming to mouth something for a moment before actually addressing you and saying, a few weeks. I'm just arriving in, honestly. I haven't heard myself.
Then I suppose we shall find out together once we are inside.
Right. He takes a step away from the strange man.
Sure. Understandable.
Here in this line of people crowding to get both in and out of Astoria in equal measure, notably only those entering in seem to be carrying domestic animals of any sort. Those that are seem to be given not special privileges, but are seen first by the guards admitting entrance into the southern gate. In time, not in a reasonable amount of time, let's say, a guard begins to approach your group, looking to admit more and more fellows, and tries to take the measure of you.
I'll approach the guard holding up my notable family crest of Gilliman, of the Gilliman family mines, known throughout Astoria. Greetings, I am Rabot Gilliman, Paladin of the Five. I and my companions have much business in Astoria.
There is more than a lingering glance on the emblem of the household. Before he nods and seems to gesture towards his fellows and says, all right, are these are all your fellows, your companions? You're coming into the city now?
Yes, my companions are as follows: Pallas Lycos, Leonis, Gaia, Oriana, Nico, and myself. These four over here are the captives of the Cerulean Knights of the Order of Sidon, housed primarily in Mitros. They are hereby and under my authority charged with assaulting the Oracle Versailles herself and her associates. They are here to give appropriate witness and testimony if such is needed. These three are common bandits who have been, well, banditing a tribe of centaurs, as it were, thereby endangering us all of their extended wrath, although I now see that it might be a bit too late to try and avoid any sort of political incident with the tribes of the steeps. I was hoping to surrender them unto your custody, although I see you may very well have your hands full at this point.
Seemingly put off by the series of rather important declarations that followed, and the name dropping of Versailles the Oracle, the guard seems a bit put out, and already one of his fellows has made some hurried movements into the city proper, disappearing beyond the gate. And he says, I see. Of course. I see, of course. May I escort you into the city proper then? Let's get you further in.
It would be greatly appreciated.
The Oracle, you say?
Yes, the Oracle herself. She is under our protection, as we were afraid that she might be assailed again had we left her at her temple. We seek to gain her sanctuary here in Astoria, though, again, with the centaurs just outside, I now am finding myself worried about that decision.
As are we all. I think
Indeed.
I think it'd be best if you, he begins to say, even as he begins to lead you guys further into the gate proper, the passage he's making is obviously, there's people clearing the way for you, though you're not recognized perchance. There's obviously some import given to you and your large band. Even as the soldier begins to speak again, there is another fellow that comes running from the opposite direction, heaving tiredly as though he had just run a marathon. The guy huffs for a moment, throwing the original speaker off and waiting for the message. As the streets around you grow a bit more crowded into this city proper, you can see that a small band of guards seems to be marching your way now, with this man in front of you, the runner, obviously being either of them or connected to them. As he finally catches his breath, he says, you all, travelers from the southeast, you're the, he leans a bit closer, exchanging a more quiet word, as though worried about people on either side of the road overhearing. Heroes, you have the Oracle with you?
We do indeed.
We need to take you to the king.
Absolutely. Let us make way with great haste.
Fuck.
The rest of your entourage, please let my men take them. You all, and he points to each of the PCs plus Versailles. Please let me escort you to the palace immediately.
Would be the safest place for you, my oracle.
Versailles agrees without too much. Agrees without issue. She seems pleased to be anywhere that you are, Rob, or maybe somebody else in the group. Led with haste now, and drawing more than your fair share of looks at this point, as you're obviously given much more import than prior. You all are led through the city streets, past the living quarters, and let me pass you on to the proper city of Astoria, just for your benefit here.
Cool.
Oh.
Well done.
As
Rock
you
of
guys,
Astor.
very important. It's where it was Estor's favorite rock. He rode it into battle.
Awesome. Ooh, they have a public amphitheater.
They do. There is one addition to your entourage that, though not invited, seems to have slipped in without too much trouble. That being Kyra, the wandering poet. Okay, she's in the background taking notes and making additions to her epic that she's
Up
writing.
in the left-hand corner, you see Kyra will remember that.
With haste, you all are led to the king's palace, a magnificent structure situated into the heart of Astoria, quite near, actually, the rock heart of Astoria, as the case may be. It should be labeled, but I'll ping just in case. Not only are you led to the palace, but into its interior and onwards into the throne room proper. Here you find a unexpected scenario.
Okay.
Boy.
One large, rather well-decked, well-armored, and handsome man occupies the majority of this room, not in stature, but in simple aura. That, as well as his current temperament, seems to be leading people to avoid him. Attendants are already trying to nervously leave the hall now that you've entered, and there seems to be a general muttering or whispering happening between those that remain of the king's court. In front of you, the king, for it can only be him, drunkenly slurs out something as he throws a fist against a solid stone statue into the wall.
He punches... Wait, he punched the statue into the wall?
Yes.
Oh.
The room continues to empty, chamber doors shutting rapidly, as the king tosses away a spear from his offhand and sits heavily upon his throne, bemoaning some unknown fate.
Daddy.
Yeah,
I'm not taking lead in this conversation. Hell no.
Why couldn't he have been the nice, awesome, responsible war god and not the drunken, angry kind of war god?
With-
multiple kinds of war gods.
With a feeling as though you have simply been left to the wolves, left to the wolf, as you are now alone within the king's chamber.
Straight into the lion's den.
Mhm.
All right.
That's racist.
Yes.
Oh boy, how am I gonna tackle this? Okay. Well, Rob has made this bed for us, so he shall be the one to sleep in it. And Rob will strode forth towards the king and take a knee in front of him and bow his head. My King Pythor, were that it would be that we meet upon better times.
There is a brief moment, because all my NPCs have brief moments, because that's what I do.
Sure.
As the man's eyes swirl in his head and finally lock onto you after a moment of effort to do so. You there, you're the Oracle's chosen, aren't you?
We are the prophesized few of the Oracle, and what's more, we have the Oracle with us. I am Rabot Gilliman of the Gilliman family mines here in Astoria. I come with what I wish were better tidings than I do, but the Oracle was assailed by the Cerulean Knights of Sidon. I have brought the surviving members here to serve justice under Astorian law, for fear that they would be set free in Mitros, where the Knights of Sidon hold more sway and power. I brought the Oracle with us, hoping that she would find refuge and sanctuary here in Astoria, for fear of her being continued and assailed in the future.
Rob, I'm going to ask for you to roll an insight, considering how close you are to this man.
Oh boy.
The man is falling asleep, unfocusing as you give long explanation.
Oh, you better pray that's not the case, because Leonidas will do something about that real quick, and no good can come of it.
Okay.
12 is decent. With a 12, you're realizing as you're continuing to speak that this man seems to be growing in a mixture of anger and anguish. And there's a few key words that seem to be hitting that note for him. That being any mention of the Cerulean Knights and Sidon.
Yeah, I thought as much.
I take 5 steps away from the
situation?
Yes.
Yep. Reboot will hold his ground, continued with his head bowed, having taken a knee in front of the king, and await his proclamation after the stated situation.
Reboot. The king drunkenly lays a hand on your shoulder. Kneeling as you are, the act is almost too easy.
Oh boy.
With a grip that defies rules, you feel the metal around your shoulder clamp as his grip, one-handed, begins to lift you to your feet.
Oh,
He-
I will be lifted to my feet.
He standing as well. Standing as you are now, the man's grip drops, only to be replaced by the grip of 2. Arms now latching around you as a drunken sob escapes the king.
Oh, god damn it.
And he says, "Heroes, heroes, heroes, please. The Oracle's chosen. You're the only ones that can help. My daughter, Honora." the Titans are going to steal her away.
My king? I'm afraid I'm a bit out of the loop. What plagues you?
There's a sacrifice to be made. My daughter has been called. I can't do anything.
Oh.
Where?
Goddamn, Hyloch.
Oof.
I'll say, hold up. No, Leonis would step up to this because he just got bomb dropped all hell.
Where?
There is another brief pause. As King Pythor's drunken gaze sidles along to Leonis, now his attention leaving Rob entirely, his grip also ending, letting either Rob either drop to his feet or for him to catch himself, as you please. Yeah. Pythor strides a step forward, trying to reach out for Leonis, to lay a hand on him, so a new drunken sorrow seeming to come over him. Another child. You have your mother's eyes.
Wait, what?
I'm not gonna ask.
Rob's eyes are going to like eye in flabbergastation and puzzlement and wonder.
No one asked.
I don't want to. There's so many questions that will blow up. I don't want to know.
Speaking of questions,
I asked where is my sister to be sacrificed.
As the memory of the current situation comes over him, his eyes grow downcast, and the king says, "She's here, in the palace. I haven't let her leave yet. I fear she may be attacked on the streets. The order of that monster has declared a sacrifice needs to be met, and she's the one to fulfill it. I can't do anything. The oath, I can't." And another choked sob echoes out from him as the words fall short.
What monster?
His attention is brought back to Rob for a brief moment as he hisses out, "Daidon, that... I wish I had torn his head off of his shoulders. Even now, his people are in the streets baying for her blood."
Pardon, but if I might request, how exactly was your daughter chosen? I'm a bit new to Astoria's customs. Forgive me.
Daidon sent a message.
He asked for her specifically.
Yes.
Is that normal?
No. There has always been sacrifices to keep the peace. But they were oxen, animals, wine, joy, things of that. People. My daughter. Never.
This goes against the intent of the Oath of Peace. What has gotten into Sidon? Into that root? That he would demand the son, daughter of a god. Something is wrong. Something doesn't add up.
Oh, I think it makes sense. He wants to break the oath, so he puts you in an impossible situation for it.
But why, after 500 years of peace, would he seek to break it now of all times?
I don't know.
What proof was given that it was by Sidon's declaration that it be your daughter, my king?
The Order sent a detachment and informed us of the matter.
The Order of Sidon?
Yes.
The very same order that just attacked the Oracle, the granddaughter of Sidon. That order.
You're not saying that we should pay a visit to Mitros, are you? Because, we kind of just got here.
No, I'm saying that something isn't right. And it smells of the Order of Sidon.
Yeah, we kind of know that. They are trying to end the world. There's a prophecy about it.
And they happen to be based in Mitros, of all places.
I don't think that matters. We need to solve this here. Now.
Any ideas for how to thwart a Titan's quest for revenge?
I don't think it is the Titan's quest. Hold on.
I do. It's Sidon. Come on. What do you expect?
Rob is going to clench his fist at that. But he's going to march straight over to his prisoners. And
your prisoners were left behind.
Oh, they were? Okay, never mind.
You are alone. You are the party plus Versailles plus Kyra in the far back.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if this might be a hard question to answer, but how this sacrifice supposed to take place? Maybe we can do something about it.
She is to be laid on the rock of Astoria and left to wild beasts.
Forever?
The gods demand, or actually, wait. This is the same sacrifice I'm thinking of, right? Where every day a sacrifice must be made, right?
That has happened in prior times, but as he said, it was typically through beasts or oxen. Typically oxen.
Oh, gotcha. So this time it's a person.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to understand here. You are supposed to left her in the rock for wild animals. For how long?
Until she is devoured and dead.
Sidon sends creatures to do the deed. They are serpents. He shakes his head, the drunken stupor that still holds on to him, muddling his mind. Stone serpents, basilisk.
Oh, that's not horrible. What would happen if...
What if we...
I'm sorry. What would happen if the person who you put in that rock were to survive the attack of the basilisk?
Pardon, but you're not actually suggesting we leave her there and hope they live.
No, not at all. But bear with me for a second. I just want to know what happens if the person you left there survives the attack.
Pythor paused just a moment and before saying, I don't know. It's always been beasts before. I don't know what would happen, but the sacrifice would have been made. The sacrifice is to place the He stops for a moment. The word struggling is struggling to come to him before he says, to place the one chosen on the stone for the day.
Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but the problem is that they named their daughter by name. I was gonna say, what if we offer someone else to sacrifice, someone that is capable of surviving the attack, or someone's?
Hope seems to. Sorry. Hope seems to spring into Pythor's eyes as he latches on to the first idea that seems to save his daughter in its entirety. In her entirety. He says, No, I couldn't ask that of any of you, but such a thing, we could speak to the order. That another sacrifice has to be accepted. It has to be of equal worth. It could be done. It needs to be done.
They will still have the blood of Pythor available for sacrifice, but will not be my sister.
And it will not be you, apparently.
Oh no. It will be.
No.
This looks like he wants to speak out, but he bites his tongue, realizing that he is literally standing in the Hall of Gods.
We offer them instead of one, many. Included with it still the blood of Pythor. As simple as that, we stand against whatever beast they throw at us.
Yeah, we stand our ground. We survive the trial.
Yes, but they're not going to get the blood of just one Titan, but two.
Wait, what do you mean?
My lineage, from what I've learned in my past, leads back to one of the Titans as well.
So I'm standing next to a half-god. Did not know that before, and someone who's related to one of the Titans.
As your discussion continues, Pythor, seized by the idea, is already marching from his throne room and throwing wide open the doors, startling and scaring some of the nearby attendants that were attempting to listen in. Seeing them, he bellows quite quickly, "Gaius! Fetch me Gaius now!"
Ooh.
The attendants trip over themselves, moving to accomplish what he has asked. The king rounds from the door, already marching back to you guys, back to your group, and says, This has to work. Something seems to make him hesitate as he turns back to Linus, again reaching out a hand as though to touch him, and saying, I can't ask you to do this.
No, but you can ask me. Somebody needs to take responsibility for that bastard's actions. To demand the daughter of a god to uphold the oath of peace is sacrilege. It goes against the very intent of the oath of peace.
That's very noble of you, bro, but I think this is Leonis' call. He's the one with the blood.
He's not the only one.
Oh yeah, Gaia, but
tell me, you're
different
also
blood.
related. Well, they're asking specifically for the blood of Pythor, so...
My name is Reboot Gilliman. Reboot Gilliman of Astoria. And as I have learned just recently, I am also the nephew of the Oracle and grandson of Sidon. If anyone is to take responsibility for his actions, for his demands, it should be me.
So just staring at the three of you now. Am I... are Orena and I the only normal ones? And I just point to Nico. What about you? Is there something special about you? Are you sleeping with the Oracle or something?
I knew that was coming.
That's meta.
Yes, it was.
But also
That
really
That
on
is
point.
Actually, Nick is actually looking at Rob's forehead, looking for a third eye at the moment.
Oh wow, this is a really happy guy.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Well then. Everyone say
That's a
hello to
great
my daddy.
Totally looks like Zeus.
I'm not gonna lie, that's very
He looks-
appropriate.
Yeah,
Like
it has a
Zeus.
mane and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, Jonas, I see where you get your good looks from.
He's missing a tooth.
God of War.
He's fought many battles.
Yeah.
Also has fucking
He-
wicked incisors. Good God. Look at
He
those eye
banged
teeth.
a lioness and got a son.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to actually believe that now with those with these
You
looks.
see why it's a rumor. As your conversation continues, Pythor seems to fall not quite into himself, but seems to mutter a few words, running a worried hand through his long hair and settling himself back down on his throne. As he does so, it's only another few moments until a small band of people begin approaching and entering into the throne room, the doors having been left wide open. It seems as though they were not far from this area, surprisingly. Leading this band, it being three members, one in the front, each one leader, flanked on either side by two associates, each of them wearing a blue cloak. The man in front appears to look like this.
I like his cape.
Ooh. Reboot is going to approach this man
That is not
and
what I
damn
was
near
expecting
bump
guys
chests
to
with
look
him.
like.
Oh wow, bro chest.
How tall is Rob?
Let me actually check because that is something that I have forgotten. Just right off the top of my head. He is 5'9.5".
Not the intimidating stature I expected, but also
Well, you know,
understandable.
he's
That's
average.
what I was
He's an
expecting.
average human-y averageness.
No, that's fair. That's fair. No judgment here. I am just double checking myself on my knowledge of Gaius here.
He looks a little like Sylvester Stallone, I tell you.
He does a little bit.
Hey, Pythor, give us your daughter.
Go for it.
You guys, if I just keep scrolling, eventually I'll get there. God damn it! Why they make this book so hard to decipher? Like, I understand it's a third-party material, so it's very non-standard in the way it lays things out, but it can be such a mess.
Again, but I really like this setting. It's quite fun.
Yeah, I'm having fun with it too.
Oh my gosh,
No.
I am having such fun.
Yeah, everybody is a demigod now.
Everybody.
I'm the only normal person.
Yeah,
Hey,
hey, the
I'm
bitch.
quite normal.
You're the
know what
boring
you're
one of the
talking about.
party.
I
I'm
couldn't
quite
have
normal.
possibly gotten any more boring than this, save for champion.
Oh god, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so Robuto, you bump chests with this man, Gaius, as he is likely is considering the king's called for somebody just a short moment ago. This man, standing a little taller than you, does his best to look down his slightly crooked nose at you before saying, "Is this what I was called for? A jester of sorts?"
That
Ow.
is no way to speak to the lineage of your master.
There's a look of consideration that falls over him as he eyes you and then gets a better look at your fellows around you. Noticing Versailles in the mix there, before he turns back to you, a bit more confident than he was a half second ago from your statement, and saying, "Wandering children need to learn their place anyhow."
Resisting urge to backhand. Resisting urge. Okay, let's see. What do
I
I say
believe
to
it's
this
time
guy?
to walk away.
From behind Robuto, Pythor calls out, "Guys, what would be the price to change sacrifices?" The leader, Gaius' attention is drawn away from Rob in that moment as he looks beyond him towards Pythor. Gaius makes to move closer unless Rob stops him.
No. I'll let him pass.
Doing his best to casually shoulder check Rob.
Shoulder checking him back.
Gaius steps forward a few scant feet from the throne, noticeably not giving any ounce of respect, bowing, or moving to do so for the king. Gaius once again surveys the area before turning his attention back to Pythor and saying, "There will be a human sacrifice. There is no escaping that. You can't buy your way out of that. Offering up cattle won't make it easier on your daughter."
Why her? And Arena just kind of flares her wings up a little bit in anger.
Gaius turns his head slowly to look towards what appears to be an interloper. And says, "Why not? Her lineage, if that's what you're asking, doesn't make her safe. No one is safe from this."
And how did you come to her as the decided victim? Under what mechanism was she chosen?
Sidon bequeathed to me his will. I know what value he seeks, and she meets it. I act by his will.
I apologize. I'm merely trying to understand the situation. So, to clarify, you say that Sidon, which you can communicate with, delivered you specifications, to put it crudely, and you believe that she meets those specifications. Is that correct? He didn't specifically ask for her.
That is a simpleton's way of putting it. Yes.
All worse.
Asshole.
I denounce you.
Okay, so just because it's gonna be kind of meta saying this, but I just want to say what we're all thinking. So when I kill this guy, it's gonna be the happiest moment of my character's life. I'm just gonna point that out now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck this
But-
prick.
Yeah.
What are the specifications then? Is what Gaia wants. What are the specifications? I'm sure there are other people that meet it.
I did not think I was asked here to lay out every thought that goes through a god's head.
You mean
I
a
have
Titan's
relayed-
head.
So you say. I have relayed his will and chosen someone of worth, unlike most of those I see present.
I denounce
I'm
you.
sure you don't know who the half of us are.
I denounce and deny your word. I don't believe you.
Guys,
I don't believe you have any sort of communication with my grandsire. I don't believe it in the slightest. I believe that you and your order held witness and are plotting some sort of civil war to obtain power within amongst yourselves, amongst the region. I believe that you and your ilk are chiefly responsible for your assault upon the Oracle, and that this, the demand of Pythor's daughter, somehow fits into your plan. I don't believe that Sidon has requested her to be the sacrifice at all. I denounce you and proclaim you a liar.
There is a long pause. Pythor even holding silent for the moment, perhaps out of a misguided sense of hope. Before Gaius exhales and says, I need not prove myself to you. The consequences are already standing out this door. Rebuke the sacrifice, renounce it as you wish. I have spoken the will. If it is not carried out by the new moon, this city will be sieged, and all will be in ruin.
Sieged by the centaurs? Sieged by you?
Do I really need to lay that out? They are at the door, a war camp, not more than 50 paces from the gates.
Rob, maybe we stop trying to start a war and continue with the original plan, our counter offer to the sacrifice, before something really bad happens.
Reboot will step to the side.
I'll nudge like elbow to the lion, counter offer.
We still offer the blood of Pythor through his children.
And how is that?
By instead sacrificing Pythor's son.
there's another moment where he tilts his head to the sides, leaning forward slightly as though to scrutinize you first as the speaker, and then those of you, those of your fellows, and saying, honestly, you all look like mortals. Who here would claim the blood of a god?
I think at that point, I think what, half the party just steps forward?
Half the party?
I claim
Yeah,
the Titan,
yeah.
if that counts.
This
That
feels
same
small.
thing, yeah.
Alright, so people are stepping forward, but is anybody voicing anything, or in particular, is Leonis denouncing something or claiming something as the seemingly present speaker?
I am Leonius, son of Pythor and Ophia. And I am willing to be sacrificed in the stead of my sister.
Gaius looks from Pythor to Leonis and then back to Pythor. A look of not quite disgust, but disgruntlement falling over him as he says, "You claim this man as blood?" Pythor, his drunkenness slowly seeping from him after this moment of tumultuous emotional roller coaster as it is, rises from his chair, strides forward behind Leonis and lays a hand on his shoulder and says, "I would name him son. I would name him my blood." And Gaius takes a moment to take that in before saying, 50 oxen. 50 oxen plus this brood, of course. That is the new price. Pythor pauses a moment, squeezing in a intended to be comforting gesture towards Leonis, but based on the strength of the two fellows, it may not come off as such. Before saying, 50 oxen, accepted. Gaius nods, throws one lingering dissatisfied glance to the lot of you, before turning on his heel, cape flowing as he does so, and striding out. His two associates quickly flanking him.
It's like his back's turned, I just start baring my fucking fangs like I'm about to lunge at the fucker.
The hand on your shoulder becomes slightly restraining with the motion, but only just. As Gaius departs, the doors finally closing behind him, leaving you fellows alone once again with the king. The man seems to deflate, a weight heavier than any god of war can really measure, settling on his shoulders. And he says, I can't ever thank you.
My thanks will come when that man's throat is in my teeth.
My thanks will come with the offered sanctuary to the Oracle.
He looks to Rob for a second, saying easily, granted. before turning to Linus first and glancing towards the rest of you and saying, I can't give you that out of hand, but one I can give you. He falls to one knee, a hand clapping against his chest, as he says, I, Pythor, swear an oath of service to those present.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
I think I say that out loud. Oh, shit.
As a reminder, an oath of service is basically one free favor of any sort of request. Though there are limitations applied to a god who cannot intervene with the oath of peace.
Yep.
Look, I appreciate that, but I don't want to just wait. I need to know exactly how this sacrifice is going to take place. Maybe there is something we can do to ensure our Leonios survives.
Indeed.
There's got to be got to be something that they do to sidestep this.
Simple.
We agreed too quickly to this. Leonius, I realize this is your decision, but I don't agree with it.
You forget.
No.
It will simply require that I and 50 oxen be there to free sacrificed. There's no stipulations about others joining.
Tricky. I love
No,
the way you think.
I was thinking more of preparations that can be made, so I need to know the limitations of what can we do.
Well, I know one thing that I'm going to do. Versailles, my aunt. I must have word with you in private.
Another visible gulp.
As they move away, I just turn to the group. You know, at first I swear he was trying to seduce the Oracle. Now I feel awkward with that knowledge that apparently he's related to one of the most influential people in the world.
Yeah, awkward. I know how you feel.
You humans are so silly.
You never. Rob does Rob wear a helmet? Can I see his forehead at all times?
When not in battle, Rob appears as his portrait, with the golden laurels and the forehead and the.
And yeah, no third eye or anything in the middle of the forehead.
Nope.
Right?
Nothing like
Okay.
that. Nope. Man's a human. Well, Sidon child, apparently. Yeah, you know. He is
Whatever.
what he is.
Yeah, go talk to your aunt. It's okay.
Yeah. Do we want to do that now, or do you guys want to continue to converse with the king first?
I don't know.
I mean, your time.
Okay, cool. So I guess I'll speak with Versailles in an antechamber just outside the throne room, then, Hyloch?
Okay. So, after Pythor's oath is sworn, as he begins to get a bit more jolly in the moment, both thrilled and sorrowful that one child is saved and another might be okay, he begins to exchange words with most of you, and Rob takes the opportunity to lead Versailles aside for a moment into a brief antechamber adjacent to this attendant hall. It is filled with a couple of attendants who are obviously attempting to listen in, who quickly make their depart as they see that it's now going to be occupied by somebody that was in the throne room.
I will thank them for their departure. And I turn to Versailles. There must be something we can do. There has to be. Gaius must be proven wrong. I cannot accept that after 500 years, Sidon himself would choose now of all times to risk war and break the oath of peace. I cannot imagine it. He's many things, but this is something different. This is something else. The whole thing reeks of corruption. And it all hinges on the Order of Sidon. There must be some way that we are able to contact my grandfather. You are the Oracle. Do you know of any sort of ritual or anything that might be done that we, his blood relatives, might be able to contact him directly and divine some intention of his will?
We could attempt something. A ritual that would entail a sacrifice. But it would take time to do such a thing, and she steps closer, laying a hand on Rob's shoulder, says, you should know, my father, your grandfather, is not a kind person, and though it has been 500 years, you must understand, the Oath of Peace was not forever. This is preemptive, if only.
Then you believe Gaius when he says that this is the will of Sidon?
I believe my father is a cruel man, and that he keeps such company in his order.
What must be done for the ritual, and how soon can we complete it?
We would need an sacrifice, likely oxen, but I fear those are going to be in short supply rather quickly. If you could purchase even one, or something better, something of greater monetary worth to give up and give time to it, I would need at least 3 days if he was willing to make contact, a week if not.
Well, I have 25 gold to my name, but I do have a brother with a mining business. I'll see what I can get together. Do what you can here to prepare for the ritual with what you have. I shall return with the oxen, or something of similar monetary worth, as you say.
She, eyes a little downcast, inclines her head and steps away, assuming the conversation to be over.
Mm-hmm. And Versailles, do take care. We will get through this, and all will live. Hopefully. And with that, he'll give her a brief hug and take his leave back to the main chamber.
Okay. Those of you present in the main chamber are beginning to see the opposite of the sad drunk that the king was prior. Joy seems to course through him, tempered only whenever he looks at Leonis, sorrow and anguish striking through him. Though his son is not dead, he stands before him a better man than he, apparently.
Damn right.
Yeah, it hits differently. Pythor, in the middle of offering places to stay, a bit of spare coin. He doesn't offer much, as it seems as though he's already counting the coin he'll need to purchase the 50 oxen. Says the event is to transpire in 3 days.
Oof. It just had to be 3 days. The exact same amount of time for the ritual.
You should take your time to explore the city, see the sights, enjoy it as much as you can, and maybe if you're going through with this, and he turns to Leonis, you should see my father. He may be able to help you.
What now? Pythor has a daddy?
Yes, this is part of this is yes. Would you like a
Hold on. Let me recheck my thing.
Good God, how many of my family am I gonna meet today?
No, I mean, remember the gods were mortals that descended here, so.
Was it Vulcan? No.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Vulcan, god of the forge, is Pythor's father.
That's right. It's been a month since I studied this shit. Hold
Yeah,
on.
no, truly, it's been a
Sorry.
month.
I'm going through my notes.
Yeah.
You're perfectly good.
I can hear the pages.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's a nice touch.
Yeah, you take physical notes. That's interesting.
Oh, Blue, you saw my message in Roll20, by the way, right? While we're
yeah,
taking a second.
I've been pouring through my notes. I can't find Gaius. I don't know who this asshole
The
is.
Roll20 notes.
Oh, the Roll20
The information handed out.
Yeah.
Information. Okay.
Where?
Reboot notes, lore, handouts. Shoot. I'm sorry, I don't mean to hold things up. You guys.
No,
can-
you're good. I'm
go
taking
ahead.
the second to double check my own self as I'm preparing for the next little bit. You guys have officially gone to the city. Congrats, and met with your first bit of trouble.
Yeah,
Get
my
to
bad.
level up.
Oh, you also know that the Temple of Five lays directly for Sidon. The fanatics of the Order of Sidon, who constantly bay for the Order of Sidon, is led by a man known as Gaius, asshole, who has been known to fly over the city on his silver dragon. Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Yeah, I don't want to fight that dude.
It's a silver dragon? What?
Yeah,
I thought
the Order of
dragons were supposed to be good.
The Order of Sidon is led by a man known as Gaius, who has been known to fly over the city on his silver dragon. That's right.
Bit jealous, not gonna lie. I want
This
a
asshole's
dragon.
bitching about the fact the place is coming under siege and he has control of a fucking silver dragon? What the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Where's the problem?
Yeah, stop antagonizing the dude with the dragon. Jeez.
Okay.
Suddenly,
He
here.
is the problem.
Who wants to go meet granddaddy? I want to see this.
God damn it.
Vulcan lives. Stomp.
Feel to be the first person we explore the backstory of.
I mean, you guys have
this
other
was
options.
going to happen because that's what we chose.
Wait, I think the horn's supposed to be here, right?
I was about to say there are other options in the city
Yeah.
proper.
Why don't we go take a trip?
Dragon Shrine.
Yeah, let's go to this. If you don't want to go meet granddaddy, we can go to the dragon shrine.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
I think not.
I think
why not?
Reboot is going to have
Why?
some business with his brother, perhaps, and taking a loan out of the family business. But yeah, you guys are definitely free to go do whatever you want to do in the city.
I don't want to go to the dragon shrine without the whole party because that's the main objective. So call me crazy, but something might happen there.
That is.
and I wanted the whole party to be there.
Possibly.
Character? Yeah.
I mean, no, in character as well.
Let's
We are
go.
all supposed to take a drink of the horn, so we need him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's
Okay,
that.
yeah, then
We are supposed to.
Robot will probably go with you guys then.
We are going to take a trip as a family together.
As a
Oh,
family.
can we go
together.
drinking?
Oh, family.
You've met my family. Are you
As
impressed?
a family. Huh?
I'm impressed how
No.
normal it looks.
More impressed than I am with my own family.
It's funny because as you say normal, his freaking tiny cat ears flick with his tail.
When you take away the old godhood about it and sacrifices, normal.
I'm not willing to speak much of my opinions about the God of War while in his city and likely within earshot.
Miss.
Man.
See, your daddy makes me miss my tree.
As Pythor turns his
I missed
attention
your
to
tree.
what needs to be done next, it gives you all the opportunity to step away in a farewell for now sort of moment. Attendants are already turning back to him as Pythor orders for the treasury to be accounted for and for coin to be made as scouts are sent out to find all oxen coming into the city. You all begin to take your leave, exiting out from the king's throne room into the palace proper, the courtyard, and through past that into the small road that leads down the side towards what may be your first accomplished labor. Let us find out.
Wait, we accomplished something?
Yes, let's.
Possibly. Let's find out.
Yes, the horn.
Oh, not yet.
Well, no, we're going to accomplish it. Maybe.
This shrine, the Dragon Shrine, sits at the end of a quiet street that runs into the wall of the gorge. It's a large stone building with a copper dome. The pediment above the door bears a marbled engraving of the legendary dragon, Balmitera. Inside the building, there's a strong smell of incense already emanating from out here, and you can hear the mutterings of prayers as the priests of the shrines carry out their daily rituals.
What was the name again of the dragon?
Mitera.
Balmitera. Balmitria.
Put the spelling in the
Yeah, let me put
Oh,
the...
okay.
Yeah, I'd like the spelling.
Huh.
There's
okay.
probably a pronunciation thing in the front that I completely butchered and forgot to look over.
Mitria.
Balmitria sounds a lot better
Oh,
than Balmitera.
Balmitria.
Bumblebee tuna?
God, is there? Hold on.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bumblebee
that might
tuna.
That might actually have some
And this is the.
etymology to it. Hold on.
Yeah, Balmitra was the dragon of the leader of the Dragon Lords. Shielded dragon.
You just see a
leader
scowl
of the Dragon
go-
Lords.
You just see a scowl go over Aurani's face.
Okay, that shrine is to Balmitra, but it's not like a tomb or anything. There is no dead dragon in here, right?
Not as far as you know.
Okay, good.
And,
Shall we?
and Balmitria is a dragon or a dragon lord?
Dragon. Silver
Dragon.
dragon, if I recall correctly
Dragon.
from what I heard.
Not overly
Yeah,
fond
the
of
dragon.
dragons, Lorena?
Nope.
Well, that's fair. I wouldn't ever want to come in face to face with one.
They can be very scary. If you
That wasn't
on the wrong
supposed
side,
to
I
do
guess.
that. I was supposed to try to read it. Damn it.
Oh, now we all can read it.
Oh.
Damn it.
Really a surprise, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. There's no dragon. This is Dragon Shrine. It's just a name. I hope.
I hoped my father would be sober. Today's full of surprises.
I just don't see how one god can ask for the child of another god. What reasoning would that be?
I do not think he did. I believe this to be Gaius' own intentions.
I believe he's
tribe.
trying to start. He's trying to start a war. Plain and simple.
In my old tribe, we called it dick measuring.
if we can theorize and
like a
throw
mini
accusations around as much as we want, it won't get us any closer to our goal.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
No.
Which way did Gaius go?
What?
Out.
We don't know. We
You
were in the
don't
building
know.
long enough
Figured
where...
out.
Yeah, we were in the building too long. We wouldn't have seen where you went.
Oh.
Probably retreated to whatever shrine of Sidon is currently here.
Anyway, entering the Dragon Shrine.
I'll go in, but I'm gonna tell Bubo to go search for him quietly and spy on him.
Damn it!
Google. Sorry.
Oh, no. I was cursing to myself. I was gonna shout at Gaius when he left that his soldiers fight like shit.
You gotta
Recognize the guy with the jacket.
lock that in for next time.
Yeah, I gotta lock that in for next time. Okay.
That's right. He didn't see us bringing how many of his guys in?
The four that lived.
Yeah.
Bubo takes the command very seriously, holds a wing to his lips or his beak for a second as though to shush, and then quietly tiptoes away.
He can fly, but it'll be
Yeah,
a lot
he-
quicker to catch him if he flew. But yeah,
He
be
flies.
quiet. Stealth.
Your
Sorry,
bird
I
is
was having fun
adorable.
with it.
Thank you. I built them myself.
You all, large that you are, take a moment to enter into the Dragon Shrine, a building, though welcoming of many people, is perhaps not accustomed to having such a large group of people entering in all at once. A few priests seem to be going about their duties, lighting incense and candles here and there, but there seems to be a general sense of discontent rolling over them. A few wary eyes are thrown this way and that at your sudden entrance, before one of the priests steps forward from this tangled mass, moving to address you all himself. And let me pull up this, since I'm actually using the handouts this time.
Aesop. Like
Aesop.
Aesop's fables.
Correct.
Is
Yeah.
it Aesop? Aesop?
I always said
There are
Aesop.
many pronunciations, Aesop being the...
Most
Yeah.
favored.
That dude looks like a lady.
Oh, that dude looks like a satyr.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also has no nose.
Probably
oh, wait, no, there is a
is.
nose.
There is a nose. Wow, rude.
Very
Yeah.
flat.
Oh shoot, I meant to read that, not post it. Oh,
Such an
Nice.
idiot.
Wow.
That's
Very
a
nice.
joke. Jokes aside, sorry.
I think we all have
No,
that
you're
favorite
fine.
I
ending
know,
at this
I
point.
That
know,
was
I
good.
know. I
No,
That was
I
good.
don't.
Cautiously
we don't have a
and
favorite enemy thing.
with curiosity, the satyr steps closer, head lowered and eyes inquisitive as he says, "Hello, can I help you? Are you here to make a donation or light incense for? Are you here to make a donation, light incense, a candle perhaps, or offer a prayer?"
How do we put this? Hold on, let me see. We are here too, and what was the
Looking
word of the
for
prophecy?
Something?
It should be in Discord and Roll20.
Okay, it's
So
prophecy.
Also, as a note,
bottomless dragon horn to receive a vision is specifically what she said.
As a note, Versailles and Kaira have stepped aside at this moment. Versailles was left, has remained in the palace alongside Kaira. Clarify some.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to put this, so I'm just gonna say it. We are here to drink deep from the bottomless dragon horn.
I wonder how many times he hears that in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that.
We were sent by the Oracle on this quest.
If you are looking to purchase a dragon horn flask, I'm sure many crafters would be able to help you.
I don't think that's going to be good enough.
Not just any dragon horn flask, but a bottomless dragon horn flask. Apparently it's supposed to be in the temple.
Clarification. So knowledge that knowledge of drinking of the dragon horn, or at least of this dragon horn, is public knowledge, correct? We didn't just learn it from the Oracle?
Do you mean that it's public knowledge that it is a labor for the heroes, or is it public knowledge that this is something people do?
That the artifact or that the object itself is here within Astoria, more like.
It is public knowledge that there is something fitting that description, though it goes under a different title here in Astoria. Yeah, it's not knowledgeable about as far as you know, nobody's knowledgeable about your labors except for a select few.
Wait, it has a different name? I don't know the other name.
Well, yeah, none of us do.
You guys. You're cutting in and out a little bit again, Gwen.
Just a little.
Bounce.
Yeah, a lot for me.
Okay, do any of you know the name of the horn again? I don't know it.
Oh boy. Let's see. Well, being a paladin of the five, that might give Robot an excuse to use maybe a history check there?
That makes sense to me, and because of your history with it, I would even apply advantage.
Awesome. Okay, so here we go. Roll 1 and roll 2. Ooh.
12. 12 is acceptable.
Not exactly the most student person.
But there is not a well or a fountain in here, no. A 12 on history. I should probably type that out just in case you
Or
can't
something
hear.
that dispenses water.
No.
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Just making sure. The name for it would be quite literally the horn of Balmitria.
Ah. Okay. That seems a little bit sacrilegious to be drinking out of a dead dragon's horn, especially one who's a hero, but let's give it a shot. We mean to drink from the horn of Balmitria. We were given task by the Oracle, Versailles, and among our labors is to drink deeply from it, that we may receive a vision from it.
You know, considering your line of work, I didn't think you'd be prone to giving priests heart attacks.
I know.
The satyr pauses, obviously a tad surprised. Whatever he was fiddling with in his hand seems to have been snapped in half for a brief moment.
I hope that wasn't important.
Before he says, you are required to drink from the horn of Balmitria. That is...
Yes.
His eyes go a little downcast before glancing to the side. It says, I'm sorry, we can't help you.
I knew it. It's not here, is it?
It's been stolen.
I knew it!
It's never simple.
Of course it has.
Fuck.
Well, don't stop there. What happened?
Who stole it?
We don't have many clues, besides the scene of the crime itself. With the war camp outside, we haven't been able to do any investigations outside the city, and I fear whoever has it has already made off with it.
Should we take a look? Maybe we can take a look at it, help you out? It's kind of important.
Yes.
Would I do that to you?
I
Yes.
don't know.
I mean, I certainly did it to them. Where the hell is this goddamn yokai possessing this dude and this group of 4 people? Just like those 4 bandits who keep it. Oh.
Aesop hesitantly nods and gestures for you to follow him as he leads the way through the shrine into a deeper part of it. He leads you down a set of stone steps into a small, what seems to be stone chapel, almost as though this was the original dragon shrine before it was expanded to fit modern city construction and accompany more priests. Here, a bit of a ways from the door, down the stairs and out of the way of the door, you can see that there are 3 alcoves protected by glass. The glass of the central alcove has been shattered, and dark purple stains are splattered all over the floor surrounding it.
This I might be able to help with.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why does that
Sherlock Holmes over here.
What is tracking?
Custom skill.
That's the Amazon Ranger skill.
Is that what that is? It's weird. The role is totally accepted. I just want to double check myself because that sounds off for a class to give a homebrew skill.
It probably says you have advantage.
We've talked about this 3 times before, but
it probably says that you have advantage in tracking or something like that.
Advantage in survival.
Oh, survival.
Why did it get a roll by itself? Let's see. Siren traits. This is going to be under the Amazon.
It's I don't see what the thing is at a simple glance, and I don't want to take too much time with it, especially since we're like a few minutes away from cutting out.
Yeah,
so
almost there.
I'll check later on. Either way, as I said, the role itself will be accepted, even if the naming convention or whatever stat applies is suspect later on. 24. Okay. 24, checking over this area. You can see quite quickly and quite apparently that there are numerous small hoof prints among the stains. The stains seem to be some sort of liquid, slightly caustic, or at least slightly, perhaps magical in nature, considering how well it's stuck to this floor here. You can see that it seems to the majority of the stains are located here, but there is the impression of stained hoof prints that you, with your excellent roll here, could actually follow up the stairs if you so choose, and perhaps wherever they continue to go. But that is if you choose to follow them.
I will follow them with my copus drawn out in one hand, the whip in the other.
To be clear, you are entering back into the shrine proper with weapons drawn.
No, maybe not.
I was saying, just point Leonis in the right way, and just, I am the weapon.
Yeah.
Down, kitty.
With your continued tracking, leaving Aesop somewhat in the lurch as he watches as you all take a glance at the area, and then immediately about face following your ranger back up the stairs. The slight impression of hoofprints, stained hoofprints rather, continue out the front door, down a adjacent alley here, and around the outside of a couple of buildings. It seems to be meandering in a lopsided path. You guys have spent a couple of minutes following this now. So far, it seems to be looping further south along the city of Astoria. How are you guys following it to completion? I'm just trying to get a sense of how much time you are putting to travel.
I mean, in all honesty, damn horn was stolen. This is the likely thief, given that it's hoof prints. Gee, I can only imagine who did it.
And, I mean, we have 3 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, Gilliman is just following Orina.
Okay.
Yeah, we have time.
Okay. Following the hoof prints further, you guys loop around a few more buildings before the path begins to finally meander southward. This time looping around one alley and then the next, before finally reaching the southern gate. And stretching out down the path down the path that way.
Fuck.
Does anybody remember if there was a satyr among the bandits that we apprehended?
No, there wasn't.
Well, hold on. I mean, there's an easy solution to that. I mean, is it literally just a bipedal set of footprints, or is there a quadruped set to it?
It is bipedal.
Okay.
That would leave it down to satyrs, and
to clarify, because this question was thrown out, as far as you guys could tell, there was no satyr present, unless they were disguised or doing their best to blend in.
Or magically enhanced.
Also an option, but you do have 3 associates within the city that you could question, as unlikely as it is for them to have a magical satyr disguised with them.
Yeah. We need to make a choice. We can follow this, or we can wait. I don't like both choices.
I honestly prefer to follow him at this point.
Yeah, if it comes to worse, we can return on time, I think. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Regrettably, aye.
Yeah, in favor. Aye.
I guess we follow. Please don't be so far away.
Okay.
Damn it.
Let me...
Okay, it has to be less than a day and a half of travel for this to be possible.
Yep.
Okay. You guys begin following southward, leaving the very very same day you arrived on, leaving a few people who may have recognized you confused as you do so. But with Orina's special eyes. Amazing tracking ability. You guys continue further southward, this time meandering slightly off the path that you use and further directly south, down another meandering path that seems to stretch into the lower parts of the mountainous terrain you crawled through. The first mile goes by, and then the next mile, and then the next, and the next. It has been 2 hours, now 3, now 4. The day has begun to set. Night is drawing close. You guys are nearing, though you have not followed the trail to completion. You can see in the distance that it seems to be geared towards one place in particular.
The war camp.
No, other direction.
Oh, thank God.
If it is going south, it's not the
South.
war camp.
To the old woods.
The old what?
Be away.
Oh, great.
I don't know if we have time for that.
No, we certainly do not. We will have to take
Again,
this.
It depends. We could push it and just risk exhaustion for one day. But, you know.
Good.
I have reservations about leaving Astoria for this, but I shall submit to the will of the group.
How long have we been traveling? 4 hours or so?
4 hours so far. It has neared dark. The trail continues. You have not actually reached the old woods. You just can see the conclusion to it already. It's probably another hour's journey before you truly reach the edge of the old woods.
Let's see, so if it's about 5 hours, we keep trekking, we go into the old woods. Maybe we spend another 3 hours in the old woods looking for whoever it is. And then we book it back to Astoria and make it there sometime by midday?
Well, we have to rest, but sure.
Yeah.
I say we keep pushing, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, we've got 3 days. We could spend a day in the old woods, a day's worth of time in the old woods, and still be able to make it back in time. Although, then we're going to be ill-prepared for what the hell we're going to do. What the hell are we going to do for the sacrifice? But...
We'll make do. Don't worry.
Okay. Also, I, Reboot Gilliman, will submit to the will of the group. If we are determined to follow this to its fruition, then we shall.
There's something I want to do as we are approaching the woods. I would like to use one of my wild shapes to cast Find Familiar. Make a an owl or another type. Yeah, an owl. Sure.
That'll be handy.
Red panda?
You have one feathered friend to replace the other feathered friend you left behind.
Yeah, and as we travel, I want the owl to be flying above us, looking for, well, satyrs and or any structures that I can see in the woods. Anything.
Okay.
I apologize. However, if I'm understanding this right, we intend to be pushing through traveling in the night?
It would seem so, yes.
Rob, I realize you left out a bit when we were exchanging rumors about the table, but you know how I feel about trekking in the dark these days.
I know.
Would you see another choice? No, serious question. Do any of you have any other ideas?
If I had other ideas, I'd gladly offer them at this point, man. At this point, I'm just happy to have dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
I have no dark vision and I hate it, but fuck it.
I don't.
I'll make do.
You have an owl.
I do. I need a name for it. Something with
Wow.
stars and birds.
I don't even have constellation. Cygnus, which is a swan, I know, but still.
That's feathers.
As it does get darker, if we are going forward and continuing toward the old wood, Rob will pull out his holy symbol and hold it aloft. Let me see.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've got a little magic-y torch. Huzzah.
Nice.
Something my holy symbol does.
All right. So, night, you guys have traveled 5 hours outside of Astoria, 10 miles in truth. Dark has truly set in at this point as you near the edge of the old woods. Rob lights his holy symbol above, and you all begin a trek through the dark into the old woods.
Sorry, just one thing I want to note. When it's clear that we're going to be pushing through the night, Palace will pretty much leave for a moment and then return. Essentially, basically, he'll have polished and cleaned his equipment. He'll have put on a shining bronze helmet, because everything is bronze in this world. And he has a face scarf about his nose and mouth.
Okay, cool. Nothing odd or strange about that.
Noted.
The pandemic is real.
Feeling yourselves equipped, or perhaps under-equipped, for the dangers that lurk forward, we're going to cut here. It's 10:30. Yep. That's a pretty good time. Pretty good stopping point.
Yep.
Hopefully, nothing waylays you guys, and the king's forced to use his daughter.
Yeah.
Absolutely, something is gonna waylay us, and when all of you are asleep thanks to mushroom spores, I will be breathing through my face mask.
It happened one time.
Well,
it's okay. I don't sleep.
Yeah. Well, I gotta go get some stuff done in preparation from dinner. Those potatoes won't peel themselves. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you once again, Hyloch, for entertaining us this evening with a magical journey. It was wonderful to speak with you all once again, and a fun time was had. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yep.
Enjoy those potatoes.
Yep.
And with that, guys, that's the end of the session. And as usual, I hope you all enjoyed. If y'all did enjoy, a great way to show that support, as always, is by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and of course sharing with your friends. And, well, tuning in on the weekends where usually I have more D&D stuff, but sadly it's kind of been a weird week or two. We have this particular session the first Monday of every month, which means that the following Saturday or Sunday is when there'll be a video of it. Any other time, we're usually doing either my ninja homebrew or soon to be doing Gwen's high fantasy homebrew. And here soon, I'm going to be DMing a group for my Discord in a Star Wars setting, which should have already been up, but sadly, player got yoinked at the last minute, couldn't make it, and we may not have one this week either. Damn it. I digress. Once again, thank you all for watching, and as usual, cheers to those that love us, the losers that lost us, and as always, the lucky sons of bitches that get to meet us. And we will catch you all in the next video. See you then.